Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. I'm Aaron, better known on Board Game Arena as webberaj, and welcome to Open Table. If you're new to the stream or you're just catching the VOD on YouTube, Open Table is sort of an open hand game of Terra Mystica that I play weekly on Board Game Arena. I'm joined by three other just top players from the BGA community that come on. We play a game together. We talk openly, we share strategy openly, even if sometimes it can sort of throw our own game a little bit. The point is, just to sort of provide critiques on each other's games as we're playing, explain moves as we're doing them, why we're making certain decisions over others, and how we're evaluating everything, stuff like that. We'll talk through the auction as well. So without further ado, let me just introduce who I've got around the table today, because it's a really exciting group of folks. Today we're welcomed by returning guests. Everyone has been on before. We've got Nerdcube from the United States. We've got DeepFinesse, and as well, Simon is here too. Say hi, guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey everyone.
Hello there.
I'm just going to jump over to the game board and I'll just show you. We're doing something slightly different today. Nerdcube has requested that we play this game without the usual training mode stuff. Everyone here is going to be fighting for DeepFinesse's Master Assassin badge that he has up for offer. So my understanding of that is that we actually have to come in first. So just if I come in second and DeepFinesse is third, I don't get the badge. Like you have to win if we win the table here, which should be interesting. Because
by the way, DeepFinesse, you can let me win because I have the badge.
Oh,
You have the badge?
you already have it. Okay.
Yeah. So you don't lose it.
Okay.
Okay, Aaron, let's make this a 2v2.
A 2v2. Okay, let's do it. How do we code that in here? Otherwise, so we'll see how this goes, because the point of these streams is to share openly, but at the same time, we all secretly want to beat Peter. So we'll have fun with that. So we're going to play current arena settings. So we've got fjords and landscapes on, auction, all that kind of stuff. And I guess this is the first time we played with a clock. Normal speed makes sense, I guess, guys? Should be fine.
Yeah, it should be fine. Yeah.
Cool.
I think slow might be better since we're talking.
All right, turn it to slow.
I will just make it moves anyway.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, we'll do that. Cool. All right, let's get the show on the road. You want to start it up, Eric? Awesome. Welcome, Super. My money's on the good boy. Who is the good boy? Which one of us is
Simon.
good?
The dog.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, fair enough. Who wants to tackle the setup for us? This wonderful
Water
setup.
2.
Water 2. The end. End of stream.
I mean, I can take it. So, yeah, that's the immediate thing that jumps off the board, right? Is we got double water cult. That's going to be super interesting, right? Just like water 2's on the table, we have a priest in the game, we have 4 coins and a cult step in the game, so like something happening on water here is like super entertaining. In terms of the rest of the track, like round 1 dwellings can be pretty cool. I think engineers and mermaids are probably the only 2 real like dwelling rush factions. Maybe green can do like a little mini thing, like with temp shipping and a single spade, but there's no temp shipping in the game. And yeah, round 3 stronghold, like there's quite a few factions that would want to do that. Witches, Orin, nomads. The cultists could build a sanctuary. Like round 3 sanctuary or stronghold is fine for a lot of factions. Round 4 towns followed by trading posts is a little awkward, right? That's generally seen as kind of a double event because trading posts are usually how you finish your towns, or a stronghold or sanctuary, and that's the event before, right? So it's just like kind of awkward to score on all of those events, just because when are you building your dwellings in there and stuff. And then round 6 temples is not that high scoring, generally just because you have limited number of temples. You've probably already built 1 or 2 by now. So yeah, a little bit lower scoring of track, but there's some juicy early cult rewards. There is no like 2 coins, like the 2 coins temple cult event isn't, so that makes the cults less juicy. So it's a little bit of an awkward track. A lot of factions could play it kind of, but I don't see any faction that like, aside from a mermaid's dwelling rush, I don't really see any like true like you know, oh, this faction is going to stomp this track right here. And then bonus tiles, yeah, I don't know. Nothing particularly much to say about bonus tiles, I think, besides we're missing trading post scoring, which isn't usually that consequential. Temp shipping, which is pretty consequential on this map because shipping is pretty good for a lot of factions. And what's the last
6
one?
coins, which is somewhat
coins.
consequential, coupled with no temple coins or earth coins. It makes the game tightish. Yeah, it's fairly coin tight. I want to get back to the mermaid's dwelling.
I'm throwing in chaos.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You're throwing in chaos.
Oh yeah, mermaids can't dwelling rush because there's no temp shipping anyway. So
yeah,
this track is not amazing for for a lot of reasons.
DeepFinesse. Not that I don't think anyone's surprised to see you throw in halflings. That seems to be your jam. But do you want to talk us through what you're thinking for halflings here?
Well, first on the dwelling rush, yeah, it's pretty awkward that there's no temp ship, so none of the factions that can do it. Like green can open 2 dwellings. I guess they can increase ship and get single dig and open 4 dwellings, so that's pretty good. But I've been liking the brown dwelling rush. Well, I guess it'd be the halflings dwelling rush, and sometimes potentially the nomads dwelling rush. There are 2 openings that have pretty good potential to nomads starting C8. And then if they get double dig and temp ship, they can open 4 dwellings. Halflings starting B2 and H4. If they open double dig on H3, they can also open 4 dwellings with temp ship. But none of these are available. So with halflings, I don't think they have a particularly good game, but I don't think any other faction is going to have a great game either. So halflings are just more of a they're solid all around. They'll be able to put up a reasonable score. And there's just a lot of lines open to them.
Yeah, I think the thing, like, I like halflings because, you know, like they're sitting in first seat, right? And we see priest, 2 workers, spade, worker power, and honestly, they have good openings they can do with all of those.
Right.
That's usually what I look for in like a first seat pick is like, yeah, like is the, you know, can you have a good opening with the bonus tile that's going to fall to you?
Yeah, like you're not gonna have a bad round 1, so you'll be able to get your engine going and get a game in no matter what.
Kind of just tempted to throw witches in here. Been playing, probably because I've been playing witches a lot these days. I'm not entirely sure what I would do with them. If the big building came to 3rd seat, I'd be tempted to just open stronghold. That's probably what you could do. The other thing is presumably 4th seat takes a spade, so you could just take a priest, build a temple, advance ship, and just build 2 dwellings. Start like, you know, standard F8, F5, and just ship to your hexes.
I've seen some people do that successfully on this map before with witches. Like if shipping is in the game, and if so like, I think that like the 2 reasons why stronghold is good is because there's a lot of places you want to get to that are far apart, right, for your towns.
Yes.
And I6 is your connection hex,
yeah,
and it's super important. But like if I6 isn't threatened, you know, basically like if mermaids aren't in the game,
right,
you know, you can maybe get I6 later, and maybe if the ship scoring tile's in the game, maybe you can just, you know, advance your shipping and score that way if the stronghold is awkward to build for some reason.
Right. I guess the question is like with witches, is that enough of a justification? Like if you could just build it in round 1 with the big building bonus.
That'd probably be enough for justification,
right.
For me, honestly.
And the other thing is like I think Zorus mentioned this in an early video I remember seeing, but like to value the witch's stronghold in lower coin setups, because it's basically fire 1 every round, and you save on shipping costs, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It does make it awkward. Like when are you building a temple as witches if you do that? Like in a low coin setup, building a temple is then difficult.
Yeah. You'd need exactly. You'd need a coins action to build a temple in round 2 that's very tall.
Yeah, coins are gonna be really tight. Like I mean, part of the reason I put in Chaos Magicians is just because I feel like, you know, they're gonna start fire 1, and that's gonna be really helpful. But yeah, I mean, so like witches probably want free shipping to connect this game. Chaos Magicians really want 3 shipping on this map. halflings, or just the brown factions generally like shipping on this map. Yeah, this is, I mean, we have the shipping tile in the game and no coins, so that is going to be brutal. What I'm thinking right now is, yeah, like if I'm halflings, chaos magicians, which like honestly, there could be a fire one rush this game. Like I could legitimately see that happening.
Well, halflings don't need that many coins. I think so. Halflings could do without firewall.
They could, but I think they could also have a better game if they had fire one potentially.
They could.
Like with that round 2 trading post event, I feel like, I don't know, if halflings open double dig with fire 1 into a second temple for earth 1 round 2, I feel like it's a pretty strong opening, and lets them get shipping and onto a bunch of brown hexes.
Darklings, I assume Darklings are just taking the 2 workers and 4 seat, so witches are probably starting with a spade here. Is that how you guys would normally evaluate this?
That's why I think witches are really strong.
Right.
So you just get E8 and you get an easy round 1.
Yeah, or you get big building, you open stronghold. That's pretty good too.
Right.
Yeah. But I think you rather want fire 1 and the stronghold, and build the stronghold in round 3.
Really?
Yeah, I think that would be my preferred opening for witches. Would honestly be fire 1 into stronghold.
Right. So just
if you can fire 1 on the single spade, and then your round 2 is like advance your shipping, build 2 more dwellings and a trading post to set up your stronghold.
Yeah.
That's your economy's cooking.
Yeah.
And it plays the track pretty well and spends your power really efficiently.
Darklings are definitely
I'm looking at.
The thing is, I'm wondering if Chaos Magicians open with worker action or not. Yeah. They probably get the worker bonus style and the 3 power, and they can start. Because you really wanted as Darklings to open your sanctuary first round.
Right. I guess the only other consideration is as Chaos Magicians, if you're starting, I guess it depends, of course, where starting spots are, but like, if Chaos end up being D3 and Halflings are E6, like, is it worthwhile Chaos just digging E7 first action if they can? If Halflings don't, for instance, on worker power. And then just going double temple, like templing round 1 and templing round 2 kind of thing.
Yeah, it seems strong.
It is strong. I'm debating. I mean, starting a worker power seems fine, but taking the priest and sending that to water also feels really strong. And like, there's no cult faction in this game, right?
You're not going to get a priest back, I guess, unless you water 2, right?
Yeah, but are you going to open water 2 then also?
I'd think about fire 1, water 2. I don't know if it's good, but it.
Yeah, I think it's good because you immediately get a priest, so you can put that on fire or earth.
And then you can, like, that water 2 step is going to help you get those fire and earth and air rewards, I think.
Right.
I think you'll get something out of it. And
yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, and probably Chaos is the only one who will be focused on the cult, so with water 2 you get like a lot of points, I think. Maybe halflings will play a bit culty.
I'll just bid whatever we're talking about.
I mean, that actually makes it
Chaos
like
could open. Chaos could open 4 coins. The cult. Chaos could start with the 4 coins bonus style too, right?
They
go
could.
Too. I guess priest might be better, but
in a low coin game,
they can also get that free. Yeah.
Yeah, if they start 4 coins in a cult step, and if they have a read that, like, if they think that they can get a single power from halflings, right? If halflings are on E6, let's say, and chaos magicians are on D3, and you think that they're going to give you a leech. Then you take the workers with your first action. You get both the sanctuary and the water reward.
Priest.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and you
I don't know if that's
probably
going to happen though.
you probably also have the longest round and get the spade bonus.
Spade or 2 workers. Yeah.
Spade. It might. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. There's the question on who's getting their power act between Darklings and Chaos Magicians. Although I feel like even if Darklings did a worker power action, they might not manage the sanctuary.
Well, yeah.
They are like in 4, so they'll get
But
maybe
you
3.
where we should start? G5, C6, I guess.
Sorry, say that again. Who's starting? Who's starting hexes are you referring
Darklings.
to? G5,
Where do you
G8?
start as Darklings?
G5,
If
G8?
you want to.
Yeah, I think G5 G8 for me.
Yeah, but there might be like D3, D2, C5 leech going on. Yeah, you won't get any from Chaos Magicians.
Oh, right, witches might start D2.
I might start C5 as Darklings.
And then is that C5, G5 or C5, G8?
Yeah, that I don't know.
I don't know. AJ is saying pretty clear water 2, fire 1 from
in
CM.
a local game.
Pretty clear water 2 fire 1 from CM. Yeah, it seems interesting. This does. I was gonna say though, this makes it a little awkward. Like, you know, I talked about halflings being in first seat, liking any bonus tile that fell to them. Honestly, I expected the priest would definitely go before, you know, them with the water rewards. Like, but based on these factions that are picked, it's also totally possible that the priest could fall to halflings, and then it's quite a bit more awkward for them.
It seems like worker power to that. Like if Darklings take big building, we just take spade. Or fall to halflings, and it's totally fine.
Yeah, I guess Chaos Magicians probably aren't taking worker power. They could, but I mean, I also think E7 is a hugely important hex for Chaos Magicians.
Me too.
You know, it can be. And so starting on worker power and single digging E7 in round 1 is not the craziest thing in the world, I don't think.
I mean, like I think E7 is incredibly important for Chaos. I think what I don't evaluate that well is that taking a single spade first action as halflings, like assuming halflings didn't get worker power, is that they probably wouldn't single spade E7 first action. Like it's not as important to halflings as it is to Chaos, I guess. And halflings are probably more interested if they start H4 to double dig H3 or I don't know, do something else with their spades. So it's possible that you can delay that a bit, but it many arena games, like where I'm not gonna have a good read on the players, like I think my default play here is as Chaos is take worker power and open single dig on E7, and then just end with a temple for 2 econ favors into a second temple or like whatever. I don't know.
But are halflings even starting E6? I don't know.
I don't know. So the bonus spade really also depends on where halflings start. Right, if there isn't pressure on E7, I think I would just rather upgrade first action and just like, I don't know, save my power for something else. But, yeah. So I guess what I'm saying is like the bonus tile that I would take as Chaos is also dependent on how the starting location sort of break down.
Yeah. So maybe it's halflings. Okay, like maybe I'm getting too deep here, but maybe it's halflings you don't want to start E6 because you really want double dig. And you want worker power to get double dig. And Chaos Magicians might take worker power if you start E6, but they probably won't if you don't. I don't know.
Fatty's also saying if halflings don't start E6, then CM won't start on D3, which is an interesting point, unless, of course, there is a D2, C5, which is Darkling situation, which could happen, I suppose. But
yeah,
I don't know.
I think halflings are placing H4 with their first dwelling and then waiting and seeing. But E6 versus G7, I don't know. I've gotten screwed as halfling, or maybe it was cultists. I think I've gotten screwed as cultists on this map by starting G7 against Darklings, who were then able to advance their shipping and beat me to E6.
Is there any chance as as Chaos Magicians that you start H3?
Nah, I don't like it much. I think
I've done that
E5.
before and really regretted it.
I think E5 is you can. I don't think Darklings can cut you off the yellow fast enough, and then the gray is probably safe. But if you start in the other direction, Darklings can cut you off the
Yeah.
yellow.
Yeah, but you lose H3.
Probably.
I mean, it's great to have.
It's a nice reward
It's
for
not
2 single spades, yeah.
absolutely necessary.
But
And I didn't think Darklings want to cut you off at F3. They get extra leech and they have other
Mhm.
things to do.
Yeah, I guess that's interesting. If you're Chaos Magicians and you open single spade, right? If you start Worker Power and open
And
single spade,
yeah.
G4, Darklings aren't double digging F4 by the start of round 2.
And you might get the spade bonus style to take F for next round.
Like if you get that, you win the game probably.
Yeah, I kind of like H3, but yeah.
And if you're Darklings and you double dig F4, they lose the game. So if DeepFinesse
Well,
sends
it's
up
not.
a Chaos Magician,
Yet because witches can still hit you off E5. It's like a town spot for them if they take E5.
and I guess
Yeah,
if
that's
witches start
true.
on single spade, witches have all of their power available to them to double dig.
And then you need your stronghold. For that. Do we have?
I'm being really inconsistent with my bidding.
But actually, like, halflings aren't really that bad here, I think.
Yeah,
I
I think
think
You probably get double
dig
dig,
halflings. Yeah.
so they are all just good.
I'm not quite sure where I'd start with halflings. Oh, two. Okay. Chaos can get away with a lot of stuff if no one's digging their reds until like it's too late.
Yeah.
Especially if like Darklings and Halflings both need to upgrade ship because they're fighting around for a bit, and then by the time they get around to having spare digs, Chaos usually has like all the
Lately, if I'm playing CM, by
necessary
the
reds
time I'm
secured.
having 3 ship, like H6 and D6 is always digged. I don't know how that happens, but when I don't have any color neighbors. But yeah. Green kind of wants H6 also if he forms a town from F5 to I5.
Deranged wants to know who's hitting the round 3 and the round 4 event. I think Chaos might delay their sanctuary till round 3.
I could see
think
everyone getting a
Witch
town in
is,
round 4.
Yeah.
Witch is probably, I think as Witches I built my stronghold in round 3.
Yeah, and probably you get a town in round 4.
Yeah.
Darklings get
Yeah, I
a
like the
town.
fire one into stronghold plan for witches.
Yep.
I think you can get 3 towns, win network, like hit the pass tiles relatively hard, play the track okay. And I'm gonna try halflings. I think.
Nice.
I like this whole maybe getting the double dig idea.
Double dig, no. I don't see how witches are taking double. Well, yeah, I don't think how anyone's taking double dig.
Maybe Chaos.
Yeah, someone made a suggestion
It's a
in
stretch.
chat. I think it was AJ. If you start on worker power and just upgrade first action, can you?
Oh yeah.
Can you double dig E7 and C6, and that's kind of your open.
Well, hey, if you start on worker power, Peter, I get to bust out my water 2 halflings game.
Yeah. Water 2 with that's pretty good. Water 2.
Whenever I see double watercolor words, it feels wrong to not take water too. Like that's kind of, but maybe that's just George whispering in my ear.
I feel like the later rewards are a little unappealing for Water 2.
Yeah, if there was like if it was a round 4 temple event, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm just doing normal stuff. Deranged is saying, well, this is quite obviously Water 2 Darklings, right?
It would be Water 2 Darklings if it weren't such a coin game.
Yeah.
It's not that easy to decide between F5 and D2 for me, but I think if I start D2, Chaos starts C3, but I'm not. Yeah.
Well, it's possible that
So,
you're going to be Chaos Magician's only neighbor. Like if halflings come to G7, which they might not, but if that were to be the case, then Chaos are just going to start next to you.
Yeah. And if I start F5, like he might not start E5 because halflings start E6.
Yes, yeah, that's the other configuration, F5, E6, D3.
Okay. Yeah, I was debating G7 versus E6, but I think it's got to be, or G7 versus E6. I think it's got to be E6 now. I think. Just a.
I just hope I won't lose F5 this way, but I'm not sure.
F5.
If Darklings dig it.
I mean, the thing is like
I'll be late for shipping.
Yeah, it's true. If Chaos is on D3,
Maybe I do.
there's more of a chance I can get F4, right? Like I would rather F4 and stuff like that probably.
Yeah.
If Chaos started like E3 or something with you on F5, then yeah, there's all kinds of pressure on. Well, if you're on F5, sorry. If Chaos, I guess there's no way that Chaos would start on E5 anyhow. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Like, which is basically is deciding Chaos.
Well, he can still start E5 and first action take F4 if he wants, but doesn't seem that way.
It's so unfavorable for each positioning, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do y'all think about E6 versus G7? I really don't know. E6 just feels like it's going to be a little bit better leech. It's like losing a brown hex and maybe access to some other brown hexes, but
yeah, because it gives you easier access to C4, which can be pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess either way, the argument is that E6 is probably going to be. Well, I guess the thing is it's under threat by me, and that's the thing. So that I might one chip from G6 and cut you off. That's the threat.
Yeah, and with how coin tight a game is, and
yeah.
I mean, no temp shipping means you can't threaten it that way, but it also means I can't get there that way.
Right. Yeah.
And so yeah, I feel like playing it a little bit safer, taking the.
I think this is safer for you, and it's obviously like friendlier for me. It's got to just be.
You're gonna start here and immediately get surrounded. I think this is not very attractive. Could take worker power, but halflings could still take the yellow if they wanted to.
Oh, and you know I want to.
I think I'm gonna take. This might be like too favorable. We'll do this.
Huh.
I could still do water 2 halflings.
You could. Reason will amount of leech.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I might take the priest, but like
Yeah, I think
I like that extra one leech.
witches I don't mind like doing opening 4 dwellings. Uh, you get pretty short on coin, but you put your workers back, right? Freeze, do ship, and then do like 4 dwellings. That's 5 left. That's still enough for like 2 TPs to or TP and into temple. Way you don't worry F5 anymore.
Sure, I didn't hear that.
Sorry, guys, this is a little more complicated than I actually thought. I'm just trying to, yeah, it's pretty risky.
We had SJ in chat asking why not priests for DeepFinesse, and I assume the reason, Peter, right, is like you want to build sanctuary and
People let
Hope you
me.
get a leech.
But
and so yeah, you're hoping to take a worker's action and right, the priest doesn't like the priest gets you 2 extra cult steps, but those 2 extra cult steps don't do anything if you're going to take water 2, compared to the 4 coins, which you already need an extra coin anyways to build your sanctuary. You're going to need those coins to advance your shipping to get on A9, B5. So I'm assuming that's the reason.
yes. Sanctuary. Because if Weber takes worker, block him out of the sanctuary pretty easily. Needs the whole purpose of him taking. Sorry, I'm having a bit of a connection trouble, I think. Can you
Oh,
guys
yeah,
still
we
hear
can
me?
hear you. Every once in a while, there's a small amount of latency, but yeah, I think we're all just deep in thought.
Is move still, but has my move registered on BGA?
For us, it
No.
says you need to take an action. It says you
Okay,
are
I'm back.
online again, though. Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Although, like, back to the Darklings point, I have like taken workers before and getting blocked out of the sanctuary and then pivoted to double temple, which is reasonable.
Just because it's it's
Yeah, it's 2 less
2 less
coins.
coins.
Yeah. For
You
2
can
less
still
coins,
get
they're playing high price.
blocked though. You still need Aaron still needs two more leech, right?
Yeah, if I go
Mhm.
the play of what I was trying to figure out how to do is if one person upgraded next to me, like I think the math is and I sort of had to wait, so I was sort of being greedy. I didn't think it was going to happen, but if DeepFinesse upgraded and then Eric, you upgraded next to me on G5, if I take workers, send priest to water, temple for water 2, use a water step on water, so I'm up to the 7th spot, I think that's enough coins to sanctuary for Fire 1, which would be kind of an odd opening, water 2, Fire 1, but water 2 can sort of get you more power that way.
Okay, yeah. I forget, yeah.
Like that was the play I was trying to calculate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even just like
Oh,
Earth 2 or something like.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, do you always have enough with water 2? Water 2 gives you 2.5 more coins. So you're only half a coin short.
Exactly.
Right?
I would have needed, but I would have needed to commit to that.
But people can still, people can still block you out of it.
It's possible no one was
and
going to upgrade next to me. Is the problem and then you just
if
end
you
up with
take
workers.
if you take workers, I think the table should not upgrade next to you.
Yes. Yeah.
Uh,
And that was
because and then
sorry, I keep cutting you off. Go
and
ahead.
then that forces you to go into double tempo maybe, and then you pay the price of like losing one. Yeah, like it's a pretty big price to pay. 4 points and like worker perpetually, sort of.
Okay, so in our open speaking, I'm going to do some very open speaking here, and this is a cool thing I like doing a lot, right? Is like trying to plan out your round two based on how much leech you're going to get in round one. Uh, I am heavily assuming Peter is building a sanctuary right here, right? So if I don't put my
Yeah.
upgrades next to Peter, I'm still getting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 leech.
Mm-hmm.
6
Four.
leech.
4.
Or 4,
Like,
yeah. Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
4
you only
more.
have it, yeah.
Mhm.
I could make that 6.
Yes.
And is that important to me? Is it really important to me to get 6 leech and instead of 4? And sometimes the answer is no. Sometimes it's like I'd rather just like have 2 more points than 2 more power right now because I'm already going to have enough power to take the power action I want. But I think there's a reasonable chance I can get double dig again. Uh, if say I take like earth, say I get 6 more leech from this position for, that puts me, uh, you know, 4 power in bowl 2, 2 power in bowl 3, right? I could take like air 2 or something, and that would give me double dig. Um, Pretty cool. The question is
I'm
that
not gonna.
you're not gonna what?
I'm not gonna be very happy to get double dig, but
But
yeah,
not much you
there's
can do
nothing I
about
can do.
it. So
Should have not.
I do think I want this power is the end result. I don't giving like witches or darklings extra power, but uh, also I don't even know who's gonna threaten double dig. I don't know. Point being, I think I want this extra power, and that's uh, uh, seems like a little detail, but I think things like that like can end up making or breaking your game like more often than you'd think, right? Like, right, everyone knows how important it is to get the double dig in round one. It's like, well, if you can also plan out these little details to make sure you also get the double dig round two, like, you know, that's awesome, right? Um,
Deranged is asking, do you have any town designs there, Nerdcube? Does that play into calculations at all? I assume the double dig, would
yeah,
it go on
getting
D4?
getting yeah, getting D4 before witches would be sweet.
Yeah, that's
It would
sick.
open me up to some more brown hexes. Yeah, let me have a town there in a round 4 town round, like, with neighbors. Um, yeah, that would be awesome. And, denying the double dig to the table. Again, part of the question is like, I could maybe just take fire 1 and send first priest to fire. Is that just better? And then I guess even if I don't
Yeah.
double dig D4, I could still get a town on F6 potentially. I don't know how much anyone's rushing to F6.
So I'm getting fire blocked here.
I think Nerdcube's going there too, aren't you?
That's what I said, but then there's this other plan of uh,
I thought your plan of going air
Yeah.
2 suggested that you really only needed 2 power times 2 from DeepFinesse, which meant I was interpreting that to mean that you were going to upgrade away from the crowd and just give me 2 free power.
I
But
needed 3 power times 2, right?
oh,
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I can
Yes.
count. I see. So this was necessary. I
Yeah.
see what your point is. So double dig means a
Um,
temple for air 2 here.
yeah. I mean, I could also just pass onto the shipping tile and get 3 power that way.
Thanks, Deranged. Have a good one, man. We'll see you on the next one.
I don't know. So I'm building a temple here. I think Fire 1 is very good. Fire 1 and sending the first priest to fire is, I think, really good. And I'm gonna value that a little bit more highly than like guaranteeing the double dig or something like that.
Mm-hmm. So someone said in chat that I probably should have first action priested, taken it to the priest, which probably does seem like an error on my end. Although I do get so coin paranoid in these games that like I'm bad at spending my power on a priest when I'm supposed to as darklings.
register the game on BJ. I'm sorry.
I'm not yet sure what I'll do. I can like single dick F4 and upgrade shipping and build 3 more dwellings.
On F4.
E4. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
Or
Yeah,
I can build a temple for water too and go my priest to water.
Sorry, what was the play again that you were gonna dig?
I dig a D4, so I have my town set
Oh,
up, and I
There's also
upgrade ship.
E4.
how would he get to E4?
There's also
That's
like
two
advanced
ship.
ship and dig E4.
That's two ship.
Or oh yeah,
Yeah.
what am I thinking?
E4,
I thought you were
yeah.
on temp shipping already.
No.
I have this thought process a lot when I play. Like, I'll be sitting there for like 30 seconds, being like, "Oh man, like, do you think he's gonna do that?"
Right.
And then I'll realize later it's like, "Oh no, he's only got two shipping." Like, why did I spend 30 seconds like trying to debate if someone was likely to dig my hex if it's not
No,
possible?
I'm not sure if I should dwelling rush here because I have like a coin problem, but it seems like fun. But I also kind of like water too and priest on water.
Or action.
I'm not sure if I should dig D4 because I'm getting a lot of leech that nerdcube passes through. And I always could make a sanctuary town like with my 3 hexes I already have. But yeah, then I probably have to round 3 sanctuary and then round 4 make my town. And don't go for a stronghold all game.
Oh yeah. No stronghold just doesn't seem fun.
Also pointing out in chat, right? Like, if you're gonna dwelling rush, you don't really have coin problems because you can just take a coins action.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but I was getting the spade action now this turn to
Oh,
to
it's
dig
a
D4.
yeah.
I guess that's the
I think it wouldn't be bad to
Do you
right, if
not
you
do
like
that?
a coins action, advanced ship, right? You end on 6 dwellings. Next
Yeah.
round you build like 3 or 4 trading posts. And then the following round you like temple for air 1, sanctuary, fire 2 or whatever. I don't know, like
Whoa. That's a lot of early trading posts when there's another repeated event.
maybe yeah.
I've seen you throw
Maybe-
games
maybe-
before in the past as nomads when you decided to build all your trading posts in round 2. Sometimes you can come into problems.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I think here it's like coin action, upgrade, ship, build 2 dwellings. Next round, I don't really know entirely what you do. Maybe, yeah, I'm not sure. 1 trading post for sure because you want that stronghold. I don't know.
Maybe you don't even need the stronghold though. If you're already advancing your shipping once, maybe you just
Yeah.
like full send on the shipping plan.
Yeah, there is a ship tile anyway. If I take coins, like I have like maybe enough to upgrade it again at some point. And
Maybe
get
end up
D4.
get enough leech for priest action or something. I don't know.
But I also kind of like taking D4 now.
So if you take D4, you're still upgrading ship and you're just building 3 dwellings.
Yes.
Right.
What is that extra dwelling? Is
You'll end up with
taking
3
the
coins left at the end of the game, at the end of this round, and then I don't know. Yeah, I mean, obviously my preference is that you dig D4 from Eric, but coins seem good. So I'm just passing out of this round. The only 2 other things I was trying to consider, if you didn't take coins, was do I take them this round and possibly get on someone else's pass tile? And is that what I want? Or do I just pass now for probably the priest? I think my next round is like take the coins out of the next round, dig down a couple dwellings, and then probably a trading post. Maybe not even a TP. I can just build them later. I don't know, something like that. I think it's got to just be a priest here. Yeah, I think I'm just passing here. Yeah, it's got to be a priest.
Okay. I wanted to pass for priest, but what do I do instead?
Probably taking the workers is the most annoying thing for Peter, because, so Peter, you took, like, the econ favor you didn't take is Earth 2, which is pretty, so I assume like your hope here is just to be able to like get the workers from the big building tile that you need.
Yes. Kind of needing to go towards a single dig for C6.
Right.
It seems possible.
But yeah, otherwise he also gets the worker power. It's not that much of a difference, I think. Well, it's 4 points, but
4 points on orchard. It's decent.
yeah, but does he really need that third worker already? Maybe, yeah.
Round 2, no. 3.
Yeah, the 2 workers are probably totally fine for me.
I mean,
I'm debating just the coins. If I take the 3 coins, I can build a temple, which is nice. But then I'm still coin short. Should I just take the workers and like I could just build 2 trading posts? Is that super weird?
that seems pretty
I
weird.
don't know. It is pretty weird. Or I take the 3 power and send a priest somewhere and take double dig because no one else is threatening double dig.
Oh.
That's probably my best option.
Open
Weirdly.
with priest to fire.
Priest to fire.
Priest to fire. Yeah.
And then double dig, and I have perfect resources to double dig and build build 2 dwellings and a trading post.
Yeah.
Is that better than just getting the 2 workers though? Building 2 dwellings if I could just have 2 workers. And I think I'm going to say that option.
This is the same as long as you get those 2 same workers down next round with those, right?
Yeah.
Plus whatever you were going to do in round 3 had you, so...
This is a little more blocky, and it leaves me a little more flexible, I think, on my power, right? Like, say Simon chooses to upgrade E8 or something, right? Like, I couldn't accept that power because...
Right, totally.
Right? So, like, this leaves me a little bit more flexible to accept power in other ways, and yeah. This is another thing I've talked about on my stream a bit, right? Of just, like, I love being greedy and, like, staying in around longer, to try to, maximize your resources instead of passing early onto a coins action or a or whatever, but you also have to think about what you're giving up, right? It's like you kind of have to ask yourself the question every time, is right? It's like, if I pass, like, is the thing that I was going to do, right? I was going to build 2 more dwellings, which gives me 2 worker income, but I could just pass on to a 2 worker tile, or I was going to build this trading post, which gives me 2 coins of extra income, but I could just pass and take a coins action, which is 3 extra coins, so like,
right.
I love being greedy, like, when it makes sense. And yeah, in this case, it's like I could have gotten that 3 power and that coin to dig down 2 more dwellings, or I could just take the 2 workers, which is what I would get from the 2 dwellings. Now, what this does do is it leaves D4 hanging, right? Like, which is
that's the
advantage of taking double dig with taking D4. But I also kind of think that Simon might not care as much about, like,
I have a lot of workers, so yeah.
Yeah, but
I might take the dwelling tile and hard dig it. I don't know yet.
And if you do that, I'm actually probably okay with that too.
It's still a town.
Because then, like, it's hard to double dig.
Well, it's still I think the thing is E7. like your E7 temple is most likely going to be part of a town. I'm digging G7 from you, but F6 is like fairly safe probably for a while, I would imagine. I mean, maybe someone gets in there. I don't know. Maybe Chaos takes it or Witches take it at some point. I don't know. Maybe it's not as safe as actually now that I think about it. But you probably do just get to upgrade
It's
Ziggs and
also a
take it at
bit
some
sad
point.
that DeepFinesse is ending on 3 on water, but I guess taking
No, he has his
water
water
1
two
doesn't
step.
make any sense.
He's got his
Oh, he does his water
yeah,
2.
yeah.
Yeah.
He had the cult step plus water two, the water two
Oh,
step.
he also had the cold step. I
Yeah.
forgot that.
Body's in chat saying dwellings are better than workers, which are true. But I think this line gives me a lot of flexibility to do other things too. That's really why two reasons I chose this line were blocking DeepFinesse, who I think has a really strong start
Yes.
if he gets onto this tile, and more flexibility for myself of if I get offered power of, maybe I don't want to use this power as a double dig. Maybe I'd rather have a coins action, things like that.
Yep. Just going back to something someone said in chat, SJ says Weber, a crazy thing that could have been, this was just before my pass, 5 power priest to water, 2 taxing on the coins, I guess. Yeah, that's basically my justification, is that like for a lot of the game with many factions, but particularly Darklings, and even more particularly in the setup, it's like pretty hard on coins. I want to save as much power as I can for coins actions. And a 5 power priest here, I get the priest back next round, so really I'm just paying for the cult steps, which are basically points. It doesn't actually give me anything extra economically, other than it nets me a spade going into round 3. So it just doesn't seem like enough stuff, kind of. And yeah, a little bit too expensive. I think probably what I was supposed to do this round was, going back to Vadi's comment, was possibly first action priest. But there was just a moment where I thought nerdcube might be open, it might be upgrading not in the center of everyone else, like not giving DeepFinesse all that power. I thought there was a chance that when I upgraded on G8, you might actually just like upgrade next to me, and I sort of wanted to keep the option open for Sanctuary. I felt that was somewhat of a responsibility to at least see if it could happen.
Actually, the other way around. If you would have upgraded on G5, then I would have next to you, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I couldn't really figure out what Simon was up to in terms of like whether he was going to upgrade first or dig first or what he was sort of planning. But yeah, that might have just been the smartest move.
You don't make TPs before a TP round.
I agree with that. Can't tell if you upgrade ship next round yet or not. I think not. Ship raid. Also, don't really need extra worker.
I was hoping you'd take that.
It's
But yeah, I can use both other tiles, I guess. So.
Peter, how are you evaluating whether you upgrade ship next turn? I assume, like, it seems tight that you'd need, for it to be worth it, you would take ship BP, you would single spade C6, upgrade ship, and then priest to worker to get out A9 to make it worth your while.
No, I don't think I'd build A9, but I just upgrade ship.
Okay, just for the points, because you'll
just
need it.
to have
So
a
it's just 3 points, because I'm gonna upgrade ship at some point if I
Right.
do it next round.
Right.
I could take these 3 points, but part of the consideration is if I do it, I get 6 points.
Right.
I think this round is okay. I think we'll aim for this round. It's not this.
As we're nearing the end of this round. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Peter.
I have a spare priest lying around. Great ship with that.
How did that round end up going for you guys based on like we discussed sort of in the auction, faction selection process, how we thought it might go? as we were evaluating stuff. Like, how differently did that go for you guys than you sort of thought it would, in terms of like where power actions fell and who got leech and all that kind of stuff?
I didn't think about going for a dwelling rush in the start, but I kind of like my position now.
I like your position a lot.
Yeah, I was hoping to start E5. I think that's generally more favorable for CM. This is serviceable, I'd say, but perhaps not ideal.
Halflings ended up. There was some things that could have gone wrong. Where like if Chaos Magicians started E5 instead, if they didn't get if Halflings didn't get worker power, like if they could have gotten Fire 1 blocked, honestly, right? Like, which is kind of what I wanted. Right? I mean, there's backup plans, but I think generally this went how I was hoping.
SJ is wondering if Eric still gets double dig this round, right? If he wants it.
I doubt it, actually. I just don't think I'm gonna get leech necessarily. It depends on what your plans are, I guess, Aaron. Are you building a second temple or what?
I mean,
I'm probably, I'm not sure who I give leech. Yeah, probably.
This has been
Just
something that I've been
Weber.
interested to, was wondering who you give, where this leech is going. Either way, you're giving 3 leech. Do you want to give more efficient leech to 2 players, or like 2 for 1 and a 1 for nothing? Or are you just giving me 6 power? Or you do something else that I'm thinking of? I don't know.
You can build F5.
You could.
If you think
if you take D4,
like...
then you don't need a temple over there. So.
Or even just bridge to G9. I don't know if that's good, because at this point, like, Peter's advancing his shipping this round and could very well win the race to E5.
To E5.
Like.
Oh, I see. Yeah. But the thing I often wonder about that is, like, if you take E5, I did this in a Witches game, I think just like last night, do you just end up like digging E4 and F3 and making that a town or something? I mean, I guess neighbors in this color configuration is kind of awkward, but...
Yeah. Point being, I think it's going to be awkward to build a town around F5.
Yeah, well, you can
if I get E5, it's fine. Yeah.
You go E5, E4, F3, G4, and then you have 2.
Yeah.
And then you have 2 triple. It's fine. It's what, 4 digs?
But I just don't know that, like, right, like, next round's a sanctuary stronghold round. Like, you're probably going to want to build a temple, maybe a stronghold, maybe a sanctuary, right? Like, you've got a lot of workers, but my fear is that investing 6 of them into double digging E5 before Peter gets there is, like, maybe not going to happen. I don't know, though.
Oh, you're talking about 6? Yeah, I don't think, yeah.
Right, I mean, how else is he getting E5 before you? Right? He's going to have to hard dig it.
Yeah.
Giving Aaron all the leech.
Huh, well, this changes
things. Make a mental note of that.
The 2 green... maybe 2 on the left side of the map.
Sorry, I missed half of your sentence, Peter.
Things in the middle look to me more like connection hexes, and you have, like, you build your towns later, maybe 1 more, 2 more on the left side of the map.
Just...
Well, I also give Weber one leech if I upgrade on E8. The Kiwi. So yeah, I don't think it's that much better for Babu because yeah, maybe he also wants the worker
I
action, so
super do.
that
Yeah.
would be really good for him. But yeah,
Yeah. So I had a few thoughts. The moment I took the coins this round, I wondered, sitting with two priests, whether I was actually just supposed to take workers and build a sanctuary and get out two dwellings. I assume my next favor is Earth 1. If I went that route, um, then yeah, I lose 5 track points, but I gain 4 points building the dwellings I was going to build this round anyhow. Like, I need to get a couple more dwellings down for sure. Going into this round, I thought it would be some awkward, like, build two dwellings, G6, G7, maybe build a trading post, although I hate that, but consider it, and then sanctuary next round for water 1, earth 1, whatever's around, like probably some scoring favor. But this route, I'm wondering if the move is actually just a sanctuary for earth 1, get the workers action, and then dig down two dwellings. And I think
I also wonder if I should take Earth one or not. Like I did a dwelling rush, but I think I might still get water one if I take Earth one.
I don't know if this is good or not, if this is correct or not, but anyone who's watched my stream has seen me avoid building around 3 sanctuary multiple times when I was supposed to just do other stuff and then build it to get the track points. And I always find an excuse to build it around earlier. And it's usually not correct.
Wash for dark. Whether you do round 2 or round 3 if it's off track. Like 5 points is a lot, but the extra pre-30 is also a lot.
Yeah, the math is definitely different if you don't open econ, right? Like if you're building a sanctuary for an econ favor, then like it's quite a bit better, obviously, to get a sanctuary out because you're getting the coins and the priest, and that's definitely a wash. So Eric, was that TP just starting a bit of an Earth 1 rush here?
I don't know. It's a trading post round. I have a lot of workers and I've got 2 workers on the belt, but
It's something.
yeah, I just did it. And I put it there because I'm hoping you'll dig G6 and give me some power there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't quite know what I'm doing this round.
I'm not sure yet if I'll already upgrade F8 so you can take the workers, or I'll first let you do something else. Because yeah, that depends if I take Earth one or not. Because I also think I just hard take D4 this round.
While you're thinking about that, just a message came in from, I think it's Luclid09. You guys openly talking about strategies, what Open Table is. Yeah, exactly. This is a stream I do weekly. It's either on Friday, I'm in Eastern time, so it's Friday evening here, or it's on Saturday afternoons Eastern time, just sort of alternates week to week. So we're playing openly right now. We're basically just like talking through our moves and exposing what we're up to, which certainly causes problems, but the point is just like have a good time and share strategy, even if it can sometimes like throw games and stuff like that. Most of the games are played on training mode, but today we ended up just doing a ranked game, which is why you can see Elo's here, and well, yeah, but usually most of them are on training mode. Yeah, so that's what Open Table is.
I might go Sanctuary round 3.
Ooh.
And just take Earth one now and hard take like H8 or something. And then Halflings gives me leech. Also, DeepFinesse might want to take C7.
Might.
I would certainly prefer getting C7 over the alternative.
But I'm assuming you're like, my guess in this case is that you want to get it eventually. Like you wouldn't prioritize getting it
Yeah, I could also bridge because the northern town is not happening by itself anyway. I don't think.
But like if Eric double digs D4, there are no more spades for DeepFinesse to respond with C7, and then like I'm just trying to catch up with the conversation. Simon, you're saying like if you hard dig and build on D4, that's giving Axe6 to DeepFinesse. I mean, I guess he doesn't have any workers to build this round, but that would give him the power.
I think it was just like DeepFinesse also has a cult spade coming in. You know, like would you use that cult spade on A8 to get out an extra red hex now, or
right,
you know, just turn C7 yellow to guarantee that you can get that town without a bridge.
Yeah, I think like I might have two cult spades.
Oh yeah, you're about to send a priest to
Do both. I could do. I have I have A8, A9, and also C7 that I kind of want to take care of.
Another trading post.
Eric, what are you doing?
The call is when the Chris Bizzle.
This is the Bizzle opening.
Watch
How
me do
about
it
third
again.
trading? How about third trading post? It's a lot more attractive when there's the trading post scoring. You get like points for your troubles.
Yeah.
Like if you're standing on the trading post scoring tile right now, like I think that's
We just had a conversation on your stream last night, Eric, about how trading posts are a terrible source of coins. What have you done?
Yep.
I think I might.
Who knows?
I might take G6 here.
Spicy.
That's spicy.
Very spicy.
But that commits me to the sanctuary. I don't have lots of coins, so.
What's the other option?
I'll be right back.
Yep. I see. So your problem with digging G6 is that you wouldn't also dig D4, and you assume you lose that, which means F8 has to become your sanctuary. Is that the problem?
Yeah,
and the other route, if you dug D4, would be to TP
yeah,
somewhere else.
I don't have any coins anyway for a stronghold next round.
Yeah.
Like 5 coins. Who is passing now? Is nerdcube already passing?
I mean, Simon,
No, he has a third trading post.
Don't you need 2 coins? Because if you build a dwelling and a TP this round, that costs 5 coins. So you have 2 left with 2
I don't
income.
have enough workers for that.
Oh.
I don't have 5 workers.
Right. Why did I think you had enough for exactly this sequence? I must have miscounted. I thought it was yeah.
Tempo for witches, for Earth 1, for Fire 1.
Sorry, are you still there, Peter? We heard temple for.
Yeah, it's cutting in and out.
Temple, witches,
I was saying that
1?
another tempo for witches for Fire 1 would be great if there is still another fire.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
I guess the lack of a pass score is really like annoying this game, because I feel like witches, the ideal round 2 for witches might just be like 3 trading posts and like be on the trading post scoring tile, but that's also not the option.
Yeah, I kind of want Weather 1 out this game, but I guess we all do. Maybe not nerdcube, so that's good.
I think I'm going to be pretty late to Water 1 though. Is like I was sort of guessing that I'd probably be the one. I don't know why I think that.
I'm just doing this.
When do you guys think the water ones are coming in this game?
This is very favorable for me, I think.
Yeah, this is
This is very
for everyone.
favorable for me. This
Double dig now, but it's too late. I already built that stupid trading post.
But yeah, I think you just double dig H3 or something. Huh?
you
Just for
can't
next round.
build. You can't build at the moment though, so
Priest.
He could always three workers build, but
I'm just gonna start trying to
Doesn't
play a
work.
cult game, I think. I missed out on Earth 1. There's no more
yeah, cults aren't contested only.
yeah, cults
I
are not
mean,
contested. I can get some good rewards and power and points, and
Yep.
I don't think I'm winning a connection game anyways, right? Like that. I think that build from Simon basically said that it also gives DeepFinesse another dwelling, right?
Right.
Pretty easily. So yeah, it just means Chaos Magicians and Witches are probably beating me on network anyways. If Simon had blocked G6, then that means Darklings aren't connecting now.
Yeah.
Playing networks better, but so everything that move just massively swung the game and told me I should not play a network game, and so I should be playing a cult game instead.
pretty wild.
And
It's like a huge.
are you okay with
huge
that,
event.
Eric?
Single move changed the whole direction.
Because
What?
you mentioned on your stream last night when I was asking what your like weaknesses are as a top level player is that sometimes you get like a line and it's like this is how I'm playing this game, and then something like a D4 hard dig happens and it changes like the dynamic
No, I
of the
mean
game.
I was reasonably prepared for it. I'll be honest, like I don't think it was Simon's best move. Like it wasn't what I was hoping or prepared for, but I was like, I mean, he's been talking about it. I guess he's been openly saying since round 1 that he might be doing it. So, I was fairly prepared to pivot, I guess. Yeah, I mean, like this is maybe this is an example, right? Like I do have the points lead. I was the 30 faction by a decent bit, so maybe this is the thing to do. But it was like, and this is the kind of situation where it's like this round, right? Simon fed you 7 power, which let you get an insane start, Aaron, and then and then he cut off my town and fed DeepFinesse the power, right? So it like this round just like massively warped the game in a different direction for me and everyone else, and I think like the power balance between all the factions is very different now.
And for those who are sort of newer to Terra Mystica, Sanctuary 3 dwellings for Darklings is kind of like what you're trying to hit at the end of round 2 in sort of a normal game. There's definitely in this setup very strong argument for just building a Sanctuary in round 3 to hit the track, because I wasn't on the big building past tile this round. But in normal games like SA3 dwellings, end of round 2. So here the fact that I have 1 extra dwelling is fairly telling. Now the downside is that like in the first 3 rounds, I will get a total of 2 track points. Because I didn't build a TP this round, I'm not getting a big building out in round 3. I didn't open Priest like I was supposed to in round 1, so I didn't get out 2 dwellings. So it's like, two track points in the first 3 rounds. Poor from a points perspective, but from an economic perspective, this is quite strong.
but I don't feel like
Interesting point, Danny.
DeepFinesse is that strong of a game. I don't know.
I think he does. I think this is a game between DeepFinesse and Aaron would be my strong guess right now.
It's my
main thing with your plan, Simon, just like that. I don't like just like trashing or anything, right? But it's just like I don't feel like this plan is like very coherent, right? Like you said, you dwelling rushed, but then you rushed to take an Earth 1, and then you hard dug D4, despite the fact that you now don't have enough coins to get out your stronghold. you know, so like you're probably building
Yeah,
sanctuaries.
I was
Maybe
debating
before,
taking the other bonus tile, but I didn't was anything with the step, so
yeah, so I just feel like
I,
this is, I don't know, I don't quite know where you go from here, right? Like this seems like you're probably going to get two towns. You're probably going to connect into well on network, but it seems like you're really not doing anything on the track right now. I mean, you did well on the track in round one, right? But you didn't. I think my plan would have been if you're going to dwelling rush, you build a lot of trading posts, and then maybe you get both a sanctuary and a stronghold in the next round, finish a town. Like, I think that would have been my goal.
I was on the dwelling tile, so building a lot of trading posts isn't that good. It's definitely with another trading post coming up.
You could have been on 4 coins and a cult step though, instead of the dwelling tile. I guess it was, yeah, maybe the dwelling tile was fine, but I don't know. I think I wouldn't have prioritized the temple for Earth 1, I guess, is one of my biggest things. What am I doing?
And yeah. Yeah, so at this point, Simon, is the plan here just to take an early water 1 next round on a sanctuary and just like town up the next round and just have both scoring favors and stuff? It's probably,
If I take war 1, I don't town up, I think.
oh well, you town up in round. If you take like I mean, I know it's awkward building a sanctuary and like where you don't necessarily need it, but like you could just build a sanctuary in F8 next round, build a single TP in round 4, town up.
Yeah, okay, I thought you meant towning up in round 3.
No.
I was maybe still building my stronghold and town up in round 3 and take I6 with my stronghold, so it's out of the way.
Yeah.
Because you can block me if you'll get connection points then.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
I think there's opening from DeepFinesse, right? To get sanctuary, 2 dwellings, strong cult presence.
Yep.
And have 2 cult spades at the end of round 2. Like,
Yeah.
I'm even changing this, Aaron. I think you're second. I think DeepFinesse wins this by a lot, unless I can pull out a really strong cult game, and like steal some points there. But that even DeepFinesse even seems likely to beat me to a town, maybe.
Your town is pretty awkward. You need dig. Oh, I guess you need double dig plus single dig. Oh, it's not that awkward.
Yeah,
it's pretty easy.
So my debate then is I feel obligated to take coins.
Yeah.
I mean, so if I don't take coins, you get coins, and then you win the game. And if I don't take double dig, then you get 2 key town, and then you win the game. So I don't know how to stop that. Right? Yeah, I guess that's my dilemma. I don't know how to get both coins and the 2 key town.
How do you get the 2 key town, Eric?
I take the double dig on H3,
Yeah.
H2, and then I line myself up to just, I don't know, like hard dig G3 or something.
I might take the 2 keys down this round. I'm not sure yet.
That's also an option.
I think that would also be very good for DeepFinesse.
That's true. If witches take the 2 key town, the problem is, unless you're gonna do some like landscape stuff, you're not very high on codes. You're gonna get past in the last round with the temples.
Yeah. So like, yeah, Simon taking 2 key town I think would be good for you because it means that you don't have to put as much effort into winning the cults because no one like witches aren't going to play that good a cult game, and then also no one else can.
Yeah, like to win the cults against chaos in a like round 6 tempo round, you actually have to get the 10th spot.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be hard for witches here since they also need 3 shipping and they need and they didn't build a temple round 1. They only got 1 3 spot.
Well, yeah, I'm more doing it for the cult rewards, but
I think it is the kind of thing
and
that, like,
I win like probably versus Darklings quite a bit more, and
yeah,
also
I'm
It's
with
not
pretty
with
good
the
thing
health.
against Darklings.
I'm not saying
Darklings
it's
are not
bad
good.
for you in a vacuum. I'm saying I think it might hand DeepFinesse the game, and that's the kind of different thing to think about too. Is like it gets you points for Starklings, but are you going to get those points anyways? And are Chaos Magicians so far ahead that you'd rather have Halflings steal points from them, right? That's more important to you, is to have someone else steal points from the leader and hope that you can get those points in a different way. That's my only like question. And this is like, of course, very deep, and I don't think I'd be talking about it if we all weren't good enough to like, be having that kind of conversation. But sorry, I'm
Well,
taking
yeah, I still think you probably win one cult versus you probably try to close out one cult, and me also. So
again, yeah. I need my priests for digs and for shipping, and it's a round 6 temple round. So if I don't close them out before then, Chaos Magicians win them.
well, it depends.
Okay,
If you build your temple and take like Earth 3, he can take Earth 3. So
yeah, I mean, so that depends on passing order, I guess. But yeah.
yeah, I wasn't sure what I would do.
I think that makes sense, Danny. Danny's call is witches take 2 key, they get air. Halflings still take earth. Chaos gets fire and water. Yeah.
I'm not necessarily sure I get Earth though, right? Like, Chaos Missions are going to be at step 4 or 5 of Earth next round. Like, I could, but again, I don't have a second temple yet, and I need my priests to go to shipping and digging. So I don't know how many priests I'm even sending to the cults for the rest of the game if I don't get the 2 key town. That's part of it too, right? It's like, if I don't get the 2 key town, it's harder for me to close out cults, and so I'm less incentivized to fight them. Like, and so like it becomes worse for me to send my priests knowing that I may not win the cult.
So, question for you guys around my game. What I'm contemplating right now is just building another temple. Feels quite tall. I have the resources for it. I have a cult step that gets me a worker. Build a temple and go into next round with 6 workers, and I have to come up with enough coins to town up, basically. And take a coin town or something.
Yeah, it feels totally fine.
Now,
and honestly, at that point, like, yeah, I mean, you don't even need a lot of coins. You can potentially be threatening F6 to just triple dig that.
Yeah, or it depends on what you do as well, nerdcube. Because the other thing is, I don't want to build that many TPs, because they're not the greatest building economically, which we've talked about, but also TP rounds directly after. So I also have my eye on like F3 G3, which is obviously, I'd have to pay close. Like, well, you're not taking double dig, but yeah. I think it's a trading post anyhow, and a cult step. Now, is there a world where Fire 2 is actually better here? It probably means I get Water 1 blocked. It means I can hit probably 2 towns next round quite easily, and I'd probably only need to, and I would need to build 1 trading post. For some reason, like, the math on that's not intuitive to me. I always sort of hated Fire 2 and used to avoid taking it. I kind of thought it was like a ripoff, like on a favor. But I've recently just had some much better games with towns followed by TPs, and think that I sometimes undervalue how you can hit both track points efficiently.
It's pretty reasonable, I think.
It also comes with a
I think
worker.
it might be good. You could
right?
Yes, and you could even go for the you're most certainly hitting 3 towns then, and you might even be able to do a fourth.
And then I just build out trading posts in round
Yeah, also like
5.
the fire too.
Mm-hmm.
Eric, will you sign off on this proposal, or do you hate it?
I think Fire 2 is interesting. Yeah. I think you're getting a third town here somewhere. So yeah.
I think you're getting a third town anyway in this
Yes.
game though.
Yes.
So it might be more of the and the fourth town thing might be a stretch. So
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I think if I water 1, then I just get 1 town next round, and I do it with build. I probably just dig. I dig F3 G3 something like that. Like I'll have 3 priests. I can. Yeah, it's not that difficult. Let me think what the math is real quick. It also allows me to delay building my trading posts, which is just generally, I think, good.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, I think Simon's gonna cut you off right now.
Oh yeah, he's super
I
good.
think so too.
Yeah, that's spicy.
Yeah, the green and the blue both gone. That's his town spot now.
Why don't we
You
delay?
still have the priest to dig something else.
I don't have a priest on me.
Yes, but more of the 4 town dreams.
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah. Yeah, if you
getting
take Fire
like
2, like
yeah.
you're still getting 2 towns next round, even if E4 and F3 disappear. That was the point.
So if I take, okay, yeah.
Okay. I think I gotta do dumb. I'm not happy with where I'm at. Do I have to do dumb things?
What dumb things are being considered?
Let's do dumb things. You know, it's not like Elo's on the line or anything.
No.
Oh wait.
You've already hit master, Eric. I thought the thing was is once you hit master, then you just do dumb things and give your elo away to other people so they can try to hit master. That's what I heard. I don't know.
Yeah, you transcend. Yeah, the
Right.
club you get into is really cool.
Right. What was that? Okay, for air 1. Essay was asking about the favorite tile. You took air 1.
Oh yeah. This is probably bad. Heads up to everyone. Like I don't like this much at all, but it is a line.
Yes, that's a little annoying, Simon. But I think it's time you were a bit annoying to me.
It gives you leech at least.
I know.
Like I'm not sure if you're going to dig G4 or E5 now. You probably get one of those. But
Yeah. I don't really know. I mean, well, what do I mean? G4 is much better. Yeah. So that would
maybe you
that will depend
maybe
as
you
well on
won't.
whether Eric is like passing and we'll have double dig or something and he's in front of me. If like if he's double digging H3 first action and then I triple dig G4 and then he can just take G3. Like if I can get to G3 before him, obviously that's really good because there's lots of awesome expansion in that southwest chunk for Darklings. But and you have a spade in hand. All right. So you're just going to take that. But I also get 2 power. Okay, so I actually have to commit to this decision.
Are you thinking about a 5-power priest or
No. I don't think that's worth it.
could be funny?
Yeah.
Or single. Not a single spade.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, a single spade, that's a coins action worth of power. It's my temple this round, just which comes with a worker or just a copy of water. Like, I don't know. My town is still there. It's just inefficient, and so.
Well, yeah, but really only one more to take the gray. Assuming you do get the gray. If you take the gray, it's
Yeah.
yeah, you probably get the gray.
I mean, the
It's
reason why F3 is
only one more
annoying is
dig.
because I would have taken F3 even if nerdcube was going to beat me to G3 somehow. Like, F3 still gets me to F2. And to get over there, E4 is like 2-ship. Yeah.
No, I mean you take the gray. You take G4. You still get the G4 G3, right? It's only one more dig the gray compared to the green. G3 compared to E3. G4 compared to E3.
Sorry, guys. I'm not that exciting of a player. I talk a good game, and then I just do very basic Earth 1, Water 1, Fire 1.
Water 1 does make the table a little more nervous, so maybe that's good. But
Well, sounds good to me.
I'm a bit sad that I'm probably passing last, but I'll just see what's left. Yeah, probably the big building tile, so it's fine.
Are you passing?
Wait, is Simon taking both E4 and G4?
not this. Oh, can he do it this round? He could do it this round.
Could.
Oh, that'd be
With a single spade and
But then he ran out of like
Yeah, I'm not going to do
he
that.
had to 0. Yeah, I don't think he can afford it. It looks pretty good though. I'm just double checking to see if I can pass here. I would like to send another priest to fire. That lets me like 2 power. If I pass, I get the coins action.
the question is,
And then I
DeepFinesse,
go-
is if you stay in the round though. Oh, I see. Eric would pass first.
Or 5, 12. I would like the coins action. Pass on to coins, and I think that's better.
Wait, wouldn't you pass also, Weber?
I'm passing next to action. Yeah, I forgot that nerdcube was done. So the thing is if I have the opportunity to get coins, I still think I might end up not taking them. I mean, it doesn't matter now because DeepFinesse is passing. But because I think you might not dig G4 this round, but I think you might next round. Which is always a little sad, but
Oh, for sure he can go next round.
yeah.
Well, no, not necessarily, because he could dig the red.
Yeah,
it's the
I
same
can
number
dig
of
red.
digs. Yeah, he can dig the red. That's that's also I think I could go 2-ship and take the red right now, but that's so many resources to blow. I don't really need the red. Hopefully not. I kind of need it, but hopefully I'll need it.
Question is for me, big building or dwelling bonus. Big building is a guaranteed 4 points, and 2 workers are much better than 3 coins, especially with a TP round coming up. The other thing I'm looking at is if I just take the dwelling bonus and I triple dig G4 first action, and then I build on G3, do I just... No, I don't beat Eric to H2. Because I will give him double dig, he will take H3, then I go on G3, then he builds on H2. So I'm still building a TP, which is...
I don't know how much I care about double dig, honestly, versus advancing my digging.
Yeah. Sort of a question of like... Because one way this goes
here's another thing. Deep read that's also, maybe what I want to happen. But if you leave me the 2 worker tile, right? If you take the dwelling bonus and the 2 worker tile, I'm way more likely to just be advancing my...
Your digs, yeah.
Digging, right? If you don't leave me the 2 workers, then suddenly it's like, well, maybe I want a double spade.
I'm gonna... Gosh, it always feels weird leaving workers on the table. But
I think I would take... Yeah, I think the dwelling bonus is actually like pretty good for you here.
Oh, yeah. One thing I have a hard time knowing in town, especially in like games like this where there's a lot of stuff going on and I don't really exactly know how my towns are going to be configured, is like knowing how many dwellings and TPs you're going to have on the board. If I'm going to end up with a bunch of TPs, that's shit for my worker economy, so I want the extra workers. And then it just also might not be that many fewer points, right? And so it's like sometimes I still like struggle at this game of like trying to picture exactly like how many points these pass tiles are going to score you in town rounds.
I think this is good just because, I think you want to get out. But I think you also probably wanted 3 coins over 2 workers, possibly.
Really?
You would have come into this round with 3 coins otherwise, right?
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
and you're building at least a couple dwellings. Like I think they were at least the same in points, probably.
Now you can maybe take a priest section to build another dwelling. You just get the town for the priest anyway.
Yeah, you could build G3, build a trading post, take a ship town, advance your ship, F2, F1. It leaves you pretty flexible, I think. And is like just 3 coins is more raw resources than 2 workers if you had to convert everything to coins, which you might be doing anyways.
You could take a priest to build your town with a dwelling instead of with a TP.
It's true. Yeah.
I think I liked Fire 2 last round. Like looking at your position right now, I think I would have preferred if your favorite tower were Fire 2.
Really? Yeah. Why is that? Because it would get me the extra town economy this round? Because like it gets me an extra town this round that is 2 points more. Like there'd be a trading post on F7, so that's like 2 points better on the track. But it does give me an extra priest or a ship town that I could then sort of abuse my current dwelling tile with, I suppose.
And the extra dwelling was also nice.
The extra dwelling? Oh, the extra
From the
worker.
build.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Oh yeah, worker. Sorry.
Yeah, you could also put out another temple this round. You could do like if you have Fire 2, you could do dwelling, and then TP and then temple, and then you grab water one with that.
securing this X. And putting off decisions.
I might build a tower in round 3 and in round 5 when the tower round was round 4.
Yeah.
Should I take this double dig?
I kind of have to.
Yeah.
Like at some point this round, unless you want that to be your sanctuary town.
Yeah, I don't think I'll have enough to build a sanctuary this game.
You'd still need a dig, so you're paying an extra dig for.
I kinda want where I won this round also.
Finesse is taking water 1 this round.
If Simon does not take it, yes.
I'm telling.
I guess you can leave it open.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I'll leave it open.
Whoever doesn't need that anymore.
All right.
So Danny's pointing out in chat that he thinks he wants to smash round 5 by overkilling his towns with trading posts instead of searching for a third town. And I think what that means is I think you better be building a trading post on G3, G4, G5, G6 and just making the coolest town I've ever seen.
Right.
Darkling? No, I think Darkling is maybe. But whoever are so many priests has the lower right, there's a neighbor just sitting right there waiting for him. On the left, maybe you won't get a neighbor, but on the right.
Yeah, a third town on A7, I8, I9, I10 seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah, and I can probably just dig out like a neighbor and a bunch of dwellings. It's a lot of digs, maybe an expensive TP or something.
I guess you don't have to do it around 6. Could like you could get it started, but you could still overbuild a couple of trading posts.
Yeah. I don't have any stranded dwellings, right? Like so so 3 towns, especially if I'm going fire 2 with no stranded dwellings, can afford quite a bit of overtowning.
But Danny's now suggesting in chat that you should fire 2 this round to get 2 towns.
That's what I'm leading to.
I don't know how you fire 2 to get 2 towns and then have enough coins left to build a bunch of trading posts.
Coin town,
right?
You take 2 coins.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
I mean, a coin town and a ship town. It's probably, I don't know.
You'll also only have like 5 workers. If you're not ending on the stronghold town.
Yeah, it could be a coin town and a worker town. But I am leaning towards, because initially I thought I would build a trading post on G3 or something. I would also buy a priest action. I'd take a ship town, obviously not in this order, and then I would just like dig down 2 more dwellings.
I think I like that for you a lot.
With the TP.
Like that was my thought. Yeah, a trading post, a priest. Maybe not a priest. Maybe you don't need the priest, but yeah, and then a ship town, and then build I8, I9 or something. And
I think I would go for the priest and for the just dwelling this round, and don't build trading post.
But putting your dwelling in the wrong spot versus like Aaron does need coins, right? You do need coins, and so getting the trading post out versus like if you save it for next round, you don't have the coins to build it anyways.
Yeah.
Right. That's part of the problem.
I mean, I think either way I need to take a priest, because if I take a ship town, I can build on I8, but I want to get out 2 dwellings this round, so I build 2. It's basically I'm building 2 dwellings and a trading post.
I don't know if you need to take a priest though, because if I'm you, I'm looking at my coin situation and saying,
yeah,
like a priest buys you a worker. I think I would rather have 3 coins than a worker.
Yep.
Right. you're going to go into next round with 3 priests. You'll probably even get another one because you might finish a town, and and get so like pretend next round you have 4 priests. I think that's more than enough to do all the digging you want, to get your dwellings down in the right spot, to build trading posts where you need to form a 3rd town. And so I would be, looking at your coin situation, I would be valuing having 3 coins over buying a priest and using that to get another worker income.
Yeah, fair enough. And a point on the pass tile. But yeah. Yeah, totally. I don't know, it's tempting to do this Fire 2 stuff, but I just think it's just too expensive. It's just me second guessing myself. Like, my intuition is just to TP on G3 and keep things simple. Just end the round with 1 town. All right, well, I'm just gonna...
I think that's what I would do.
I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna take a ship town. Sorry, after all that talk, chat, and then I did like the boring thing that was my plan 45 minutes ago. The other thing, guys, and then I'll shut up, I'm just responding to chat, and then I'll stop talking about this, but is, like, Fire 2 gets me more priest production, but it's really expensive right now. It does score me another town this round, but if I just Fire 2 in round 6, it's also 4 points. So it's not that many more points. And delaying a temple just, like, is better for my economy, assuming I can, like, I don't need the priests, kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't love the Fire 2. Well, the upside of the Fire 2 thing, I guess, is you're probably getting 3rd on network this game.
I'm not sure
Right?
how I'm getting coins.
What?
But I think I'm getting the other one.
Darklings are...
Maybe,
No, I
maybe
think
they're getting
Darklings
2nd.
Yeah.
make a play
maybe.
for 2nd. Or first.
I think witches are probably taking 1st, but yeah. So I guess
I didn't
yeah,
think so
because
I'm taking War 1 here, so I'm probably not taking network first.
okay, but so then that's another argument for not building the temple is like, yeah, it would be points this round, but keeping your economy healthy with coins is going to allow you to push network a lot harder. Yeah, I don't think I like the Fire 2 there. I think there's no guarantee that you even need Fire 2 to make 3 towns this game.
No.
I don't think you're making 4 towns with it, and I think it keeps your economy healthier. And you have enough priests to do what you want anyways, right? Like, temples early are great, but I think there's kind of a little bit of a point of diminishing returns at, like,
100%.
the 4th priest production.
Yep.
Like, like 1 priest production is great, lets you dig stuff down. 2 is even better because, like, now you can dig your way to some natural black hexes. You can get to 2 shipping if you have to, right? Like, 2 priest production is awesome. The 3rd one, things are really cooking. You can start threatening triple digs. Now you can dig any hex. People are really scared of you. You can, like, form a whole town in 1 round with 3 digs a lot of times. But then 4th, it starts to become like, okay, like, that's, it's not that it's bad. It's just like it's more diminishing returns, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just hope I'm not getting like coin town blocked.
Coin town blocked.
Uh,
Has it come to that, people?
Still.
First we Fire 1 block you, and then we coin town block you. How have the coins actions broken down this game? Simon got it in round 1. I got it in round 2. And then
I got it in round 3.
You got it in round 3. Who took it this round? Oh, and then, okay, so we've each had one, because Peter got it this round.
I kind of do want to coin town. I don't know where my 3rd town...
Where your 3rd town's going?
I might not have my 2nd town. I might not have a 2nd
Peter's
town.
got big plans.
So sad.
Cool, so I'm just getting a dwelling down. Yeah, just getting a dwelling down here.
That seems great, right? You're ending with 6 dwellings on the board. You have your economy in a healthy place. You're probably
Yeah,
not getting the
he
coins
passes
action.
for the coins.
Yeah, maybe you pass for the coins action.
No, I still have my stronghold action.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm probably passing for a priest. And 2 coins. And a coins action. Alright, still taking 3 for 2s.
And I'm also getting the spade. I still need to get the spade. Should I put my dwelling like be really? Yeah, no, I'm just getting my town next sign. So yeah, I think I'll also dig D1 and like so I only have to build 1 TP to get my town. So I do it this way. I could have went like I2 to get an extra leech, but
Yeah. I guess that's your 4th town because the halflings is not gonna need any of that. So
well, yeah,
your 3rd town. You barrel through the bottom for the 3rd town.
yeah, that's a cool town.
Um,
Also, if like Eric takes the row above it, we have like a green row, a brown row, and then
Yeah, this would be
black
so
row.
aesthetic, guys. This would be so aesthetic. And okay, you gotta let Peter have D1, right? We get the one like little red cherry on top, and then we've got the green town. Yeah, black town, brown town, green town. Danny's saying it's risky, but I will do anything for cool towns.
well,
I'm not a man to stand in the way of that. I'm a power short of the dream.
fast forward to nerdcube turning all of the row green for Simon. So you're 2 power short of a town here.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's 3 points next turn for the trade
Yeah.
post anyways. I'm passing.
Taking the dwelling tile? In a TP round? I'm curious if...
No, I'm probably going to end with 1 dwelling,
Yeah.
I think. So...
A worker and 3 coins, or a
I
worker...
think it's just...
a spade?
I think it's just worker power. Well...
I mean...
do I need the coins? Okay, I probably want to build... My next round is I probably want to build a dwelling and 3 trading posts, which is 11 coins. I have 8, so the spade puts me at exactly that. I think that's better.
Yeah, I kind of wanted the spade also.
Yeah. And I think the spade's a little bit better for everyone else.
Oh yeah, I thought I thought DeepFinesse was passing on the dwelling tile. I want the dwelling tile more. Yeah, I'll just pass.
Have my town. This is a bit awkward for my coin situation, but I think the score is good enough. So we're gonna do.
Are you good digging?
Comes with this.
Oh, Earth You took a late Earth 2, which comes with a spade.
Okay. And then okay, my resources are a bit funky, but I think it's okay.
Where are you building trading posts next turn? I guess you're shipping around.
Yeah, I'm gonna ship around, run out of resources, and then decline to build trading posts. Is a likely scenario.
You're just gonna try to
pass early for a coins action.
Right.
Yeah. There's the pass back on the ship tile that's pretty good. So, but there's also so much I like to do.
Yeah, I'm going for D1. Then the dream is dead, but
Why is D1 important for you? Made sense like last round.
so I only need 1 TP to get my town.
Where are your other
Because
TPs
I
gonna
don't
go?
have any coins. But
I think it's
I
just
need
good. It's a
coins.
two-town
Yeah.
game.
Right. So you just
Yeah.
It's like
right.
it's like build E5, witches fly to D1, take a coin town, and then use that coin town to overbuild your towns elsewhere, right?
Right.
Yeah, and then I'll maybe can try to advance my ship and just get network, but don't get another town.
So I'm gonna try to
gonna
practice
pass it.
being careful with my power accepts this round. It's one thing. It was like sort of recently that Jekyll pointed out was like in trading posts and in town rounds as well. When people are building up, it's like you can sort of expect lots of offers. You don't need to take a 4 for 3 or a 5 for 4. Like if you can just sort of take more efficient power accepts.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
We've been talking lots about power. I feel like recently, as a community, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you bringing up a lot of those discussions, I think, is super interesting. Of just like, yeah, just that are we consistent? Are we consistent in our thinking if we're willing, to pass on to a 7 coins tile, but not take a coins town, but decline a 4 for 3, but accept 3 for 2. Like
Yeah.
all those decisions. I think it's definitely worth talking about.
Always with the 8-pointer.
Yep.
Man who loves his 8-pointers. So.
Oh, I had a spade. I forgot to use my spade. I was wondering why I was short workers that I expected.
Can you undo after I accept this leech?
No. That was 2 turns ago.
Sorry.
That was when I dug F6. I did it with workers when I was supposed to use the spade.
So here's an example. This 3. I mean, I'm just gonna take this 3 for 2. It's fine, but like, it's probably just coins. Am I like? I don't know what it. Is that just slightly inefficient coins? Probably. Okay.
Oof, the best town still is there.
What town? What's the best town?
Coin town.
Oh, Coin Town.
Coin town.
It's pretty good for you right now. So this
It's
4 for 3, I'm
super
gonna
good.
decline.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Look at
Figured
me
this
learning
coming.
stuff. Why haven't witches flown to I6 yet? Because it's me and I'm I don't know. I guess I might.
Yeah,
like,
that's scary for me also. But yeah, I needed to fly west, and to build my town. So I have coins.
You could use workers, right? I6 seems more important to secure.
Yeah, probably right.
Yeah, it's an interesting.
Wait, can I steal some network points now? I build H6 and then dig I6 somehow.
Yeah,
Well, you can't do this turn, right?
let nerdcube figure out how to dig that. I don't know. I guess I have 2 priests that I'm not using.
And sorry,
The thing is,
sorry, Peter, my mistake is costing you.
the thing is, by science connection, you only need to move the green by 1.
Yeah.
Sorry, say that again.
You only need to move it away from green. At least for now.
Right, yeah, for sure. The only witch's stronghold.
Aaron could definitely take care of that. If Aaron thinks that Simon is a threat.
Well,
right.
or are there more network points in this game for Darklings than there otherwise should be?
Well, if you're already beating me on network, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Point being, like, you have a lot of power now to decide who you want to do well on network.
Well, is that the way to look at it? Like, if by doing that, I'm dropping Simon down and bringing someone else up? Or is it just that, like, I'm connected and I'll have, I don't know how many connected structures, decent, but I was never in this to, like, compete largely for network. But if I dig that away, I will place higher than I otherwise would. Like, those are just straight up points for me to the table.
Yeah.
I mean, it also gives.
I think it's both.
Yeah, it's going to shoot someone else up. So, like the normal network order that we would expect is like Simon, and then what? DeepFinesse, and then me, and instead me and Simon will be first, and I'll be second. I guess that's the idea.
Well, if you gain 6 points, like if it lets you cleanly pass Simon, wouldn't have, then you're gaining as many points as.
Right.
I think SJ has a good point in chat that I think you can just win network here.
Right.
It's going to be close between you and Simon. I think Simon has a lot of coin troubles, but also just has a pretty booming economy, and there's still a lot of green hexes available. Last round is just like get to 3 shipping by whatever means necessary, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green hexes. You know, like, so. What was I doing? Oh yeah, workers.
Workers seem good.
Man, missing that spade is like a huge bummer. It's very important to me, I think.
Yeah.
Because now I have to turn priests into workers.
You have a lot of points, Eric. Where'd all your points come from? I thought you were complaining about your game and that, but you have a lot of points.
Oh, I mean, like I said, I purely pivoted into a tall game. I haven't talked about it much because I think tall games can be kind of boring to talk about, but like there was that moment where I was like, well, I'm not bothering to build any dwellings anymore. I'm just going to play the cults, and then that's all I did. So, yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm at. Is I just gonna get these 2 towns, try to take as many cult points, build trading posts in a trading post round. That's the whole plan.
Who am I behind? DeepFinesse.
I kind of forgot I also had the dwelling tile, so.
Question is here is like,
I really should have jumped there.
Am I ultimately taking a worker town this round? Getting down another dwelling. I don't know, but I'm gonna punt the decision and delay giving you guys power that might be helpful for something. Oh, and I forgot to down convert. Cool.
Immediately punish that.
Yep.
Are these priests too fancy workers for nerdcube? Yes. I really wish I had saved that spade, and then I would have sent a priest to Earth so that I could threaten Earth 3 with my first action. Bummer is like I should have one more, like I should have an extra priest left over, which is a bummer for my plan to play a cult game. What town am I going for? Either a priest town or a cult step town. The cult step town's probably pretty good.
No. Probably should have put my priest to bar instead of earth, but doesn't matter that much.
Low cost of 4 points.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, SJ. The thing is, yeah, what am I thinking? Never mind. I was gonna say, like, one way I can build this town is just by building 3 dwellings down here. But I'm gonna build a temple next round, probably anyhow, which means I do have another trading post, so I don't need all of these bottom hexes. I realize that you guys don't know what I can't see the stream. I6, I7, I10.
Who is passing first here?
Well, I don't know.
Well, hint, it's me if no one else does.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could pass for 9 points, but I also could stay around a little longer. Thing is, I don't think I'm towning though, which is a little sad. Could attempt to town. I could attempt to town, staying around a little longer. Not sure if it does me as good as just taking the 9 points.
Points in a coin's action.
Yeah. My score is a little low. A little concerned.
Yeah, what happened? I thought you were doing incredibly well earlier. Obviously, I was predicting you to win the game by a decent bit, but what do you think happened?
Well, I was a little short on resources. I needed to get to 2 ship earlier, maybe, but that was a little difficult to do.
And then not getting to E5 meant like not getting C3, E1, and like snowballing that way.
Yeah, yeah. E5 might have been pretty big. 2 ship was just a little hard to do without a big influx of coins, which like there was never a good opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
I'm just passing here for the big building. Makes sense.
Do you think more and more I've been oh darn. More and more I've been seeing just like Chaos Magicians accepting a slower start. Like maybe if you just opened, let's say, Temple, single dig, you open Temple 1 dwelling, you don't go for the Sanctuary, but that lets you get a coins action round 2 and get your shipping faster, something like that. More and more I've been seeing that stuff like that seems to work with Chaos Magicians, right? Like you didn't have the coins to advance your shipping round 2, so you sent your priest to water, right, and got that extra spade, which was nice. But then it meant you weren't getting, if you had gotten a coins action and been able to use that priest for shipping, right, you get on more natural reds more quickly,
Right.
which is probably better in the long run.
Yeah, getting E5 would be a big swing for him, but
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I did get one ship in round 2. It's just the second one that I already did.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Though, and I kind of need a third one too after I get a second one. The second one already opens only one spot.
it opens that spot, but then that spot opens, and even more. Like you got your free
I
shipping
need
now.
a third ship, yeah.
Yeah. Well, like you did get that third shipping eventually. You just got the second one too late, so you just needed to bump up when you got the second shipping to a little bit earlier. I think I just want the cult step actually.
Like, do I want an extra dig? I could just win Earth here. But then I don't get the air dig. But I'm not sure.
You could
if
also
I
lose
want it.
air. You would also lose air, I think, right?
Yeah, I can lose air, but not that easily, because
Oh, DeepFinesse already has air one. I
DeepFinesse
was
has
thinking you would air.
an air one, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I might just win air, earth.
So that priest that I didn't have was huge because it let you. Maybe I should have taken a priest down just to send a priest to Earth there.
Yeah.
You can also take a priest and send it to air. You're getting a spade for 3 power. I mean, and it ensures you win air.
Well, were you talking to me? Sorry.
I was just saying, like,
listening.
since you took Earth, you gained the power to take action 2, which is still available. You could also just take a 3 power
I'll have
spade, which
some
also
coins.
locks up air for you. I mean, you might have to invest further resources, I suppose, but
Yeah, it's not bad.
it's a little hard on your coins. You're passing.
Why do I need the spade
I don't know.
actually?
You're probably passing on a spade, right? So you're just.
I think I'm passing on the worker coin. The worker power.
Right.
Because I don't really need spades if I'm not building a town, but maybe I could try to build a town. Like a bridge town from A1 to B4. It's a bit of a weird town.
Seems like a lot of work.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So
I
I
doubt
need
you've got enough of that and 3 shipping.
temple, TP, and my 3 dwellings and my landscape.
And a bridge.
But
and 2 shipping.
yeah, but I like Weber might still take I6 for a section or something.
Coins are, assuming DeepFinesse takes coins, I'm just probably, if not building a dwelling on it, at least just first action, putting a priest there. I mean, I've sort of calced my game, and I've run out of things to do. Like I'm just so.
16 coins and 5, 6, 7, 8 workers and 2 digs. I don't think I can get that. So no, I won't build that town. So I don't think I really need digs.
Be back in 1 second, guys.
track scoring super well. Yeah, SJ, I think this was my line. Was to like play a super tall game and just try to hit the track as hard as I could. I was a little bit short of being able to form my town in the town round, which is unfortunate, and it was annoying that I made that mistake, and I get a spade. It was annoying that I made that mistake and missed out on the priest, because that's an 8-point swing versus witches. If I just had another priest, right? I send a priest to Earth. I can lock up Earth with Earth 2 or 3 or whatever. So that's pretty unfortunate.
Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm just catching up. So you just down converted to coins and pass on to worker power 2 coin.
Oh, Peter is getting another town, huh?
I think so, yes.
That neighbor at B4 was actually pretty impactful, right? Like, you could have flown
Yes.
anywhere, Simon, right? Like, you could have just flown to C2 or H1
No.
or I2, and
I didn't flew there.
No, it was shipping.
it was shipping. Okay.
Yeah.
You could have just not built it, right? Like,
Yeah. So I think I might have went air one as Darklings. So now I'm gonna go air one, but I'm not sure if no. Maybe you don't build a temple. Yeah, you do. Yeah, maybe I should have said that before you dig I6.
Yeah, but I6 is 6 points for him. Air, he could take water 3, which could be 2 points. Like, there's still a couple of options.
So I'm just calcing my end game here to try to figure out what I would do with extra leech. Don't really. The only reason I would need more resources, like temple TP4 dwelling I have, and then I have like income coming in from a town, which might just be a priest, but who knows. More resources would help me get out a second temple, which isn't worth accepting resources for, given that one of my temples is likely, well, maybe it's not Air 1, I don't know. Changes the math slightly. If one of my temples is Air 1, then a second temple is just 3 points. Which if I have to convert 2 resource points and a 2 for 1, then it's not great. So based on the current board state, guys, who do you think sort of like in first place, last place kind of stuff here?
I think you're probably winning. You got a 4-point pass tile. You still have an 11-point town. Bunch of Earth 1 dwellings. You win network. I think it's probably you.
All right.
Yeah, I'm bummed. I think I had a really. I think my game would have been at least a bit better. I maybe beat Simon if I get to pass. If I get that, pass on Earth. I'm trying to decide what to do now. I'm wondering if I can get any network points at this point. Simon's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and he can do 8, 9, 10, maybe. I can do
Then
5.
12. Pretty.
Yeah, I can do.
If he wants to. He can do a lot if he wants to.
Yeah, you can get to 12 network on one side. So I don't think I can get to 9, but or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's probably not worth it. With my resources, then I mean, I'd probably build a temple. I should probably just take these workers. I can do something with them.
Seem like you need workers.
Yeah.
L4 in chat is saying that for me, taking the workers and going for stronghold plus landscape is better than another temple. Sort of a stretch goal, possibly. Seems like a lot of resources for basically 6 points of digs. And then an extra structure.
And a 2-point landscape.
Yeah. Yeah. And
a 2-point landscape, which is an extra structure.
Yeah. I mean, it's cheaper.
I think you're probably winning network anyways, though.
It's cheaper than temple, trading post, dwelling. So if you're like trying to stretch another structure out, so it is cheaper. Yeah, I guess that does make sense. Oh, and 4 points for passing. Yes, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that probably would have been a pretty good line.
Wait, this.
Right. Yeah.
And 6.
Hmm.
I want the third temple. Third temple lets me take not a whole lot. I guess it's fine. 2, 3. That's a lot of temples though. 7, 6, 5.
Are you still getting another town if you do that temple?
I can if no one takes double dig. I think.
By anyone, that would be Simon. Simon taking double dig.
I can if no one takes double dig plus single dig.
Wow.
I think. Is that right? I just need 7, 6. Yeah, I think it's good enough. It's a lot of temples. Take all the 3s.
I'm just trying to calc out my endgame here. Just trying to compare the temple, trading post, 3 dwelling line. I've got the turn calculator open up on my stream, guys. And I'm just sort of going through like, because I don't actually know intuitive, like in my head, what's better here. Temple, trading post, 3 dwellings leaves me with 3 structures on my board. Cost 21 resources. Versus stronghold, trading post, 3 dwellings. I would assume my power would go to workers, so that I can build a trading post to town up for a worker town, which would only give me 2 priests, because it would be 4, 5, 6. Oh no, I could just build a dwelling. I would need 5 workers to town up that way. Maybe it just is stronghold, dwelling, worker town. So if it's stronghold, dwelling, worker town, TP, trading post, 2 dwellings, that can't be possible. I think I just stronghold. Oh, I see. Wait a second. Yeah, if I stronghold right now, yeah, it's fine. Sorry, I'm talking to myself a lot here. I'm gonna go this route. Yeah. Oh, I don't need a worker because I can just town up with my landscape.
I think maybe I shouldn't have done the temple. I could have done the big fence instead. Can I still do the big fence?
I don't think so. Maybe one big event. I don't know.
Yeah, one big event, yes. But without the temple, maybe 2. But kind of wash. Temple points, big event 6 points. And the priest is about 2 points, so it's kind of insane. Partly being able to bury that island pretty good. Although I didn't really use it at all. Because point of burying to reach the loud, but then you get third on the right anyway. So I guess didn't really. It's more about being able to let the ship.
Yeah, G6 is super important. I think that was I mean, we talked about right, that just made G6 to G4 like a game warping decision, right? About what everyone's game plan was.
Yeah, but also like starting 6 versus G7. Although I do think 6 was better at that time, I'm not sure. Like if like how important it is to take E7 away from black queens.
G7. G7.
G7, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's a big consequence because I think I get a lot leech. I don't get a town there. Like if I don't know that I had really had points to get to E6 with any urgency, and dark could easily jump up there, and then that's even better for them. If you have some sort of line where you guarantee you're going to get on it, and you can beat them there, you're good. But
I think that the lack of tension really impacts everyone. Yeah, for me, I would have liked tension during around round 3, but anywhere during 2 to 4 maybe would have been good.
I didn't notice that I increased my digging instead of my shipping, but I guess it's not a problem. Oh yeah, nerdcube can now advance his shift and beat me in that maybe.
I still don't think I can get it.
Yeah, but now I lose air.
You send your priest there.
Yeah, but then aren't you getting 8 in that one?
You send your priest to air and you hard dig down your landscape, right?
With
And then you get
yes. What was it? Yeah.
I have no spaces to hard dig.
C3, you dig C3, and then you get another dwelling house too.
Yeah.
Because you only need 4 workers.
But yeah, it's stupid.
That seems less stupid than letting DeepFinesse pass you on air.
Sounds like they're having like slight audio issues going on. They're saying, can everyone hear me okay? They're saying they can hear you guys, but some people are saying it's sounding kind of like robotic.
You are very clear to me. You are like super clear to me. So
I'm clear.
yeah.
Everyone else is also making jokes. Can anyone hear like the three of those? Like, because they're all coming through for me. I mean, DeepFinesse's is like, sometimes a little bit of latency and stuff, but okay. Terra Steel's saying I'm the only non-robot.
So, like, is it a way or is it audio?
Yeah, I don't know. It's very strange because I can hear you guys well enough, and it's the same system that should be passing my audio. So it's like, it's weird that they can hear me but not you guys. Listen to the stream. I definitely will. All right, sorry guys.
It turns out it doesn't matter that I can join because I didn't get water 1.
There's a lot of interference with the other 3.
This game was pretty good during round 2, right? Where we got down Sanctuary 4 dwellings.
Yeah.
Once I hit the curve.
Yeah.
There were a few things that broke really well this game, but one thing that came in really clutch was the 6 power for 4 VP on F8. Or I think it was a 3 for 2, and then I sanctuaried or something, and got a 4 for 3.
That was it's the worker thing.
Yeah, it got me the worker action.
2, 3. Oh, okay. I've got nothing to do but to catch halflings here.
Did anyone see, like, I mean, we talked a bit about the different options I had, but like, did anyone see a dramatically different line that you would
Oh,
have
I
taken
forgot
that you
to
were like
bet
sure
the
did
night
better?
landscape.
Sorry, say that again, Eric.
Yeah, so some of the things that we talked about, right? I could have taken a different econ favor to like guarantee double dig and get myself onto D4 C7 earlier. I could have, you know, not built those early trading posts. I could have tried for Earth 1 better. You know, I could have passed onto a tile that let me temple for Earth 1. Like, do you all have any thoughts on what you would have done from my position early? Like, I obviously, like, from round 2, I just decided I'm playing tall, and then I've just kind of had a silly game since then.
I think I like D4, C7 the most out of the possible options.
My biggest problem was I had to do really inefficient things to guarantee it. Like, I had to pass on to, I think I had to take, like, Air 2 and pass onto the shipping tile or something like that. You know,
No,
and then,
you had to. I think you had to do one or the other.
maybe, yeah.
It was like Air 2 or pass on the shipping tile.
Yeah. Just, I wasn't sure that I liked those things. Like in a coin type game, I really liked Fire 1 and sending that priest to fire and, you know, doing well on fire. Obviously, ended up winning that. I guess I was really banking on, I didn't think Simon cared about D4. And I thought I was going to get it later. But
it turned out pretty good for him, I think. It was just that he didn't land on I6 that one turn. Otherwise, I think Simon wins this.
Yeah, that was pretty stupid.
Do you think he wins it because of the D4 though?
Well, what does it do for him? It lets him not have to build sanctuary there because stronghold there.
Or just a bridge.
It lets him or just a bridge, that's true. The bridge is oh well, actually the bridge might just be better. The bridge is less than a dig, right? It's saves you a coin.
Yeah, that was my thought. Is like there were so many outs to making that town that didn't require D4, and I thought just building 2 or 3 trading posts in that round to get points and improve your coin economy.
I like to build a dwelling anyway, so I was debating D4 or G6. But because
I mean, in hindsight, would you do it again?
There's a thing that.
So. Because I also get a lot of power from Chaos Magician, so.
Yeah, and
it's
like
about the same if you go through.
Like him taking that and like let me build there and like they're kind of takes my incentive away from increasing to 2 ship, which I think also mattered. Like it's just hard to predict, but I think also may have mattered in the E5, like in E5. Because if halflings barreled through, then my option would be to bridge town, and then maybe like I don't know, maybe I go up ship earlier to 2 ship with other
I would argue
with all the power that halfling.
I would argue that E5 is just not that important either, right? If you're playing a 2-town witches game, like playing a 4 dig, you know, awkward like overbuilt town, you know, like he would, you know, you find a town somewhere else.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess my point about the witches game, and obviously, well, yeah. The D1 is extra.
The 4th one was just for fun.
Yeah. I guess my point is not that, like, obviously it's a really well played game, Simon. My question is just like, you know, because it could have been over in a lot of, you know, it could have been warped in a lot of different ways. It was mainly just like the priorities, right? You did a lot of aggressive digging against people to only get 2 towns, and that feels.
Well, I've all the favorite tiles, so that's not really. Yeah. But yeah,
he didn't do a lot of aggressive.
I feel like D4 was fairly aggressive. I feel like E5 was fairly aggressive. I feel like D1 was fairly aggressive. Like, or like unnecessary.
The other one was completely.
I also could have went to 11 network. I just noticed, but I'm a bit too sleepy, I guess.
Yeah, Weber, you got the whole spectrum here. You got Simon who's going to bed, and me who's just woken up.
Yeah, fair enough.
Me who's just getting the night started.
Yeah, you're gonna grind a couple arena after this, aren't you, Eric?
Oh, no.
No, you're not streaming one after this?
No, I'm an Agricola player now.
Oh, okay. How good are you at Agricola? Or have you been
Pretty
playing
bad.
for a while? Pretty bad, okay.
No, I'm getting better, though. It's fun.
Yeah, this was quite the game. I have to say, after round 1, I did not feel like my game was going very well. And I did a couple of like risky things because I just felt like I needed to be greedy. But yeah.
I didn't quite get how you solved the coin troubles, but maybe they never had coin troubles.
Who solved the coin
I guess
troubles?
you had Fire 1. Yeah, I guess you had Fire 1.
Yeah, I don't know that I really ever had a ton of coin trouble. I mean, I had early worker troubles in a sense. Like, I opened Temple 2 Dwelling Fire 1 into a round 2 coins action. Oh, I get the trophy thing. That's fun.
Oh, you got round 2 coins action and one.
Yeah, so the thing that I was actually like starving the most in round 2 was like, I mean, I was thinking of going like 2 Dwelling TP or something kind of awkward into a Sanctuary for Water 1 or Earth 1 if it was still there. But I saw that I had enough resources to just go Sanctuary Earth 1 and then get a worker's action, then get 2 Dwelling. It's down, so like, yeah, in some senses, like, I don't really feel like I had that many coin issues most of the game. I just remember being able to pass on to cull coins maybe into a coins action at some point. Like, there was a few passes that seemed really, really nice. The dwelling scoring was nice. Yeah.
That's actually, I think, a pretty big deal. So people in chat were talking about that you could have taken a priest and dug down another dwelling in round 1, but the fact that you didn't do that means that you got a coins action, because if you do that, you have more actions. I passed first, and then I probably take a coins action.
Right. Yeah, I got 2. I mean, it was pretty equal, but I did get 2 coins actions that game. Yeah, I don't really know where the rest...
Specifically the timing of it, like getting it in round 2 was
Yeah.
like when you needed it to really like boost yourself into that sanctuary and a bunch of dwellings. And
yeah, I mean, like round 2, I got coins and workers. Like, that's pretty big for Darklings, right? To get coins and then for workers to come back to them in round 2.
Yeah.
And what I should have done is I actually had an opportunity to build G6 first and then wait for Simon to get the leech. I felt like I was, honestly, this is really stupid in retrospect. I wanted my Sanctuary first if I was taking Earth 1 because I wanted those damn 2 extra points because I thought they were like, really going to matter, and I felt like I just needed to be, I was just like playing risky. So the fact that he didn't dig G6 on me gave me the power. Then I took workers, then I dug G6, and then got out that other hacks. Like, it was just because also you weren't there, so it was just like a really nice sequence. Yeah.
Yeah, I also
G6
didn't take
is pretty-
G6 cause I thought you didn't have that good of an opening with not getting your sanctuary, but yeah.
I was also
I
gambling it
didn't give you
because
too much with also upgrading F8 and so you could get both the workers and the coin action.
honestly, I was also leaving it open partially. I mean, it changed a little bit, like talking through it. Once I built a sanctuary and you started talking through it, I thought I'd made a big mistake. But I also just didn't think that witches really valued that hex that well. I guess it's good if you can also get F6 and just it's like a little sanctuary town with a bridge, but I mean, that's only good if your sanctuary can be there, which means you also need D4. And given that you weren't taking action 6, it was a hard dig. I kind of felt like G6 wasn't... Like, if you were going to slam 3 workers into a hex, it was more apt to be D4 than G6.
I thought the other way
I
around.
thought the opposite.
Gray hex on base map, where it's like I feel like it's hugely important for Darklings and not really important for witches.
Say that again.
I think I would argue that my argument would and what I was thinking at the time was that G6 was more important just because Darklings got bid on, right? Halflings didn't get bid on, right? So you view Darklings as a threat, right? So that's one reason. And then also I think it's also a 3 dig town, right? To dig G6, H6, I6. Like, you can also cut off halflings by digging H6. So you can get yourself closer to a town, like.
Is that
cut
the
off
correct
to
way,
opponents
like,
and-
of looking at it, though, Eric? Because, like, we go through an auction process for a reason, and that's that, in theory, the sort of free market of beliefs across us 4 players collectively decided that all factions were at an equal footing when the auction started.
We can think that like nerdcube went way too early on halflings,
Oh,
and
okay.
so
Yeah, and
But-
also
I
and also
see.
like I mean,
I
and
don't
also
think he
like,
went too early, but yeah.
but also I think part of it too is right is like, you know, like we bid those ways assuming certain things, right? We bid
Right.
that way, like we bid that way assuming that, you know, witches were probably. I mean, at least my assumption in my head was like witches were going to win network, chaos magicians were going to get a lot of cult points, chaos magicians probably take second in network, darklings and halflings battling it out for third in network, right? Like those are your assumptions in your head, yeah. And so I guess like Simon's saying, like his read was like, yeah, I didn't take G6 and I gave you all that leech because I didn't think you had a good opening. But then it turns out giving you all that leech did give you an insane opening, and then you won the game from there, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
I think it is that switch that flips. Like I think, like maybe you finish last if he takes G6, right? It's maybe that
I
small
don't
of a
think
difference.
that.
It's
I don't know.
It's a very
I don't
different.
know,
It's a
like-
very different game. My game gets very ugly. The other reason that that's really ugly, and this has huge implications, is even if you took G6 and still gave me the power, and I still took the Sanctuary and Earth 1 and got the workers and all that same kind of stuff, there was no place that I could also dig down a dwelling that round. And so that's connection. It's a more expensive town in the town round that takes more digs, and then it's also like one less dwelling in round 2, and there's a huge difference between Sanctuary 2 dwelling, or SA3 dwelling and SA4 dwelling. Because Darklings can find themselves on other maps on base, not so much. You're sort of used to so many free digs, but in other games, you don't always have that much access to just like cheap digs. And like the cheap digs I had were G6 and G7. So yeah, I really thought I made a stupid mistake when I was greeting out 2 points as opposed to just taking G6 second action. But what's a G6?
But
Claybo? I assume you're joking. It's this X right there.
I think that is like a thing worth pointing out though too. Like and that this is.
Oh.
You know, I definitely like, and I apologize if I got too salty. I tried not to come across as salty, as more of just like I just want to like know and understand and like talk about the different options. But I think one of the things that I've like had to realize too, right, is like sometimes you make decisions that are like too big of a swing almost, right? It's like that center hex on base map, that gray hex, right? It's really hard to tell
Yes.
how big of a swing it is versus chaos magicians if you choose to dig that hex or not. But it's huge, right? It's like double-digit points, I think.
Yeah, you said 20 points once,
like,
I think, off the top of your head in a game or something, or 15 or 20.
Yeah, I think it could be a 20-point swing. And so, like, trying to figure out in round 1 or 2, you know, like, how far, you know, how good is Darkling's game, and, like, do I need to nuke them by 20 points here? Is difficult.
Right.
And I agree, like, you know, if you don't get G6, like you said, a whole lot goes worse from you. You probably get 18 less connection points.
Yes.
You know, there's a whole lot that's worse for you. And so, yeah, you could easily finish last. And, you know, even if everything else goes the same, it could be a 20-point swing from you and you go to last.
Yeah.
And so like, you know, and vice versa, D4, right? Like, it might have taken 10, 15 points off my game to have D4 taken. And so just deciding who you're going to, you know, it's like I've got one hex to hard dig and it's going to flip 2 players relative to each other by like 20, 30 points, right? Like that's... Sometimes there just are those decisions and there's no like middle ground, right? There was no middle ground decision to say like, oh, like I'll block Darklings by 5 points and Halflings by 5 points, you know? Yeah, so point being, like, sometimes that's just like the nature of the game, is that there are hexes that are that important, and you know, there is no like small amount of damage that you can do to someone.
Yeah, for sure. Simon, Peter, either of you have final thoughts on the game? Any questions from anyone in chat as we sort of wrap things up? But yeah, go ahead, guys, if you have any sort of final thoughts or things you wanted to speak to.
Yeah, it was a good game. Yeah. Like I said, I don't know
was a
anything
good
about
game,
Fjords,
yeah.
but I learned a lot.
Bit sad that I didn't fly to I6, but yeah.
Yeah.
Which
I'm
would
still
still
in
be
shock that-
second place for me, I think, if I did it. Yeah.
I'm still in shock
No,
that Simon didn't fly to I6. No, I think you have a good approach. Whoever could get down his final dwelling, So maybe wait, could you have gone down your final dwelling? What's
I
with all
think
the dig?
if I dig I6, he still wins network. Because
Yeah,
I
You
probably get one dwelling less.
uh,
Because I have to increase shipping, or two dwellings maybe.
yeah.
oh, you have to do 2 more ship. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
now I also did a hard dig, so I upgrade my digging. That was
You did.
a mistake.
Yeah.
Uh,
If you increase ship, you have 2 more greens to place anyway. So
I probably should have been second anyway, but like the last turn, I just
Yeah.
I should have been second on network and been second this game.
One question that just came in through chat. I can't pronounce your username. Boji something. What about Priest to Water for Darklings in round 1? There were stacked water rewards in round 1, which is always tempting to try to take advantage of that, especially when you start as a faction with a priest in hand. But the other thing cleverly about the priest round, the round that you get a priest for 4 steps, it's also a dwelling round, and early spades are everything. And it's just like, I feel like if I can dig down a dwelling, I'm going to do that first. And then if I get caught without a priest, like if something happened and I ended up with, I guess, on the spade and only had one cheap dig, then I would have spaded down and then maybe tossed it to water for downstream points and stuff because it's kind of a wash. But yeah, I just, more and more I often, unless I'm opening Sanctuary and need to like priest to earth for power, I find more and more I'm just like not, I don't often send that many priests to cults as Darklings. I don't know. Some people do really interesting
it's
creative games where they go culty Darklings, but I'm not super familiar with that kind of stuff. So their spades early and spades are super valuable. So I don't know.
like you can say it's points on coast when you send a priest to like water, but realistically it's 2 points.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
it's like
And the main
if you
concern is
compare that
like
to the dwelling.
is it slows down your worker snowballing. Like if that priest could have given you a dwelling on the board that would have turned into a worker immediately in round 2, like that's so important when as Darklings, you're pretty early in the game, you're building really tall as a sanctuary. That just like is really hard in your economy, and so you just really need to make sure you're also building out a bit too. So yeah, I don't know. Other people have better thoughts on priests in cults versus digs, but that's just sort of I tend to just use them if I can, and if I
think
can't, I just throw them on the cults for stuff. But
I'm sure you probably know my opinion on this, right? Like I've been very vocal that I don't like to send them to cults, but I think it would have been fine here. Like two things that made it not fine. One, you didn't get some insane amount of leech round 1, right? If you get some insane amount of leech, and then it's like, oh, and I got a coins action, and I can take another priest, and maybe. Uh, but then two, like you ended up wanting to have a short round to pass on to a coins action, right? So like
right,
you're like that ended up being better for you, I think. So
right.
like I think that can be okay. Like in some cases, like yeah, I know I say to never do that, but in this case, the double stacked rewards, denying it to someone else, getting a little bit of power, like that's all good. If you get a ton of leech, if you're like, oh, I got a workers action, a coins action, a priest action, like I'd say when it happens most is like yeah, if you start like let's say you start on a priest tile, right? So you've got 2 priests, you get a workers action, a coins action, and somehow a priest action. Like if that happens for some reason, then you have enough stuff to like send it to cults and open temple, 3 dwellings. That
Right.
or maybe not even the coins action. Maybe you get to pass onto a coins tile or something. Right. Like
Right.
the point being, if you have enough stuff to like build out your dwellings and then you still have power left over, that's when I would consider it.
Right. Yeah.
But I agree with you that if you're just going to be digging down, like if you have one priest and you're just trying to decide what to do with it, should I send it and get another priest or dig down a dwelling in a dwelling round? I like the dwelling in the dwelling round.
Right. Cool. Awesome. Well, thanks guys for coming on. I really appreciate it. This was a lot of fun to have you three. So of course, feel free to hit me up if you're ever interested in coming on. And if I don't hear from you, I'm sure I'll harass you to come on at some point in the future anyhow. Yeah, cool. Okay, so we're going to wrap things up here, folks. Thanks, everyone. I'll probably be streaming an arena game at some point mid next week, and we'll be back with another open table. I honestly can't remember if it's Friday night or Saturday next week, but I'll post in my Discord about that. So thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Thank you.